Good morning. Loonies. In the bin. Oh, no one heard that, right? No? Hopefully. No, you hear nothing. I'm eating breakfast, Sammy. Okay, fine. I'll come on. I'll show my face. Wait, is my camera on? Okay, it might not work. Hold on. Let's see if it works. Nope. Ah. No, you see nothing. Hold on. I actually turn my camera off these days. So. Okay. All right. Good morning. Are we live? No, wait. Did I do it right? No. Good morning, loonies. Happy Monday. Okay, let's stop replaying my stream on my computer. Okay, there we go. What's up, loonies? How are we doing today? I'm finishing my little breakfast croissant. I was like, I'm gonna start early today, and then like wasn't ready at all. How we doing? Happy Monday, y'all. Next week is May. I mean, this week is May. Wednesday is May. We are almost in May. What? Who's in charge of the time? I want some of this time back. Time is going by way too fast. It's gonna be me. Amazing. I love how like just like 5 of you just said that at the exact same time. Like, I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. It is gonna be May on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Great Minds thing. I would question that. I have to send off an email here this morning, so I'm gonna do that. What, eat my breakfast, Sammy? You can just stare at me. Think of it as like a co-working stream. Friday was the 26th. Okay. Oopsie doops. I'm dumb. Okay. I need to send this email real quick. Ugh, sucks having a real job now. I have to like answer emails. Lots of time spending in emails. Like actually emailing. Crumbs on the keyboard? Nah, no crumbs. Oh, there's one crumb. Okay, I got it. I found it. Okay. Here, Soul, you want this? Want this crumb? Here. Nom 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 nom. Open wide. Were you at Dreamhack? Says you're from Texas. I was not at Dreamhack Melbourne because that was in Australia. Would love an excuse to go to Australia. You know, have never been. Actually, do I want to go to Australia? Let me think about this. They got giant spooters. That's pretty much all I need to not go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about Australia, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. Poisonous snakes? Yeah, they got sharks in the water. They got some shark problems. The spooters and the snoodles. What is a snoodle? What is that? I will say that like one thing I'm not used to is having so much interest in what we're doing with River, like and just in general, like actually being like pestered for like information and like follow-ups and like wanting to like access River. We've been talking to a lot of brands lately, and it's just like the reception is incredible. Which it's great because it's like this is what I see in the product, and like I'm so glad that everyone is getting it. But it's also just weird when you're like when you have something to offer or to sell and people are like, please, I want, give, need. Duz, thanks for the 25 months. What's up, Duz? How are you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. How's Atom? Y'all have been working on some stuff, huh? I'm very curious what y'all got in the pipeline. I just saw the EDO scam. Oh yeah, I did hear about that Escape from Tarkov thing. I look. I'm just gonna say, I told you so. I mean, look, not you specifically. Sorry, I'm sorry if you thought that was towards you. No, but I called out Tarkov years ago because they literally they don't have female. I don't know if they changed this, but they justified not having female characters in their game because it wasn't part of the lore. You're telling me that you created, like the lore which you created, doesn't include women? We're just okay with that? And I called them out, and I got a lot of hate for it. I got hate by a lot of Tarkov players that were very salty about my opinion of why I am not playing the game. There's female NPCs you do quests for, so female character models can't be made. But it's early access, guys, and you know they need to put their resources towards actual important things for the game, like their amazing pay-to-win packages that they're selling now. I'm just saying, I'm literally not surprised that like they're making dumb bad decisions. Like I mean, hello, it was kind of a red flag. Women don't exist. They can't add women characters because it's not part of the lore. You created the lore. Anyways, that was a few years ago, so, you know, maybe, you know, I mean, they clearly have the resources to make it happen. I just think that's just not an excuse. I mean, they have, like, streamer skins, okay? If you're making custom skins for streamers, you're at a point where you're just doing stuff. I don't know. I just feel like that could be possible. But anyways. Don't worry, no one from the Tarkov scene agrees with me. So it's fine. They're getting cooked. Yeah, let me see if I can find an article about that. I didn't actually pull that up. Okay, let me send this email. Okay. 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 Okay, I did it. I sent email. Look at me working while streaming. I have legitimately thought about doing co-working streams, but I cannot figure out how that would be interesting to you guys. And it's funny because I have watched co-working streams and I have enjoyed them. But for me, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna make sense. Because like, I'm in meetings most of the time. So I'd have to have like a whole other alternative setup. You know, like I'd have to have a lot of like separate lines for audio and like, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of feels like it's definitely a lot to set up for sure. But also it's like, this is, I mean, I feel like when I'm not having meetings, then I don't know. I feel like it would be distracting, but also motivating to like be focused. I don't know. I could see it going both ways. Like I could see myself just like wanting to chat because that's what I've done for 10 years. I'm compelled to chat. But also it could be like an accountability thing where I'm like, okay, we're all here. But we could do Pomodoro technique. A lot of people do that. You know, focus for 50 minutes, then chit chat. Yeah, Oz Alien, you see, it's just, don't use logic. Don't use too much logic and thought about it, okay? Just man shoot. Man loot. Tarkov. Honestly, I think I just came up with a really catchy slogan for them. Man loot, man shoot. Yeah, it does. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I always feel weird kind of like jumping in or something. I don't want to interrupt anything, but I never know what's going on. Why can't I scroll? Making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, good. Texts are never logical. It's just like, ugh. Anyways, yeah, so Tarkov is doing this thing, right? They're doing this. Here, Tarkov. I'm just gonna look up Tarkov and go to news. Oh god. There's so many articles just roasting Tarkov. That's so funny. Just absolutely roasting them. Okay. Let me pop my Discord open here. By all means, do it. I do it all the time. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I'd just be compelled to like talk. Especially because I haven't caught up with y'all in a while. I just want to come in there and like, hey, how's it going? What you up to? What you been doing? What are you working on? Ooh, show me. La 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 la. You know? You know how it is. Okay, so let me... I think my desk is a little too high. I never find the right height for my desk and my chair and my sitting position. Like, I'm just never feel really comfortable. I think I am getting rid... I'm just ignoring the back of my chair. I think if I try to conform to the shape of my chair, my body does... Like, I'd have to sit, like, literally make... It's, like, curved in a way where I'd have to be hunched. Like, I feel like I have to just ignore that my chair has a back to it until I'm, like, tired and want to lay back. But if I just... I'm just gonna sit up more. It's too far back. I don't know. I've been having issues with my chair. And I love my chair. It's been a great chair. I mean, it's a Herman Miller. Very, very expensive. It's been great, but... I don't know. You know, sometimes it just, you can't just get it right. You know what I mean? It do be like that. Women are smart enough not to go into a war zone for scrap and Bitcoin. Okay, that's the best reason that I've heard. Yeah, if that's written in the lore, maybe I could forgive them, you know? The women are actually, they are the rulers of the world, and they are also really brilliant, and they just, you know, send these dumb men off to go and search for scraps. I mean, it's like, okay, fine, I accept this. That's fine. Anyways, how are we doing? How was everyone's weekend? What'd y'all get up to? Okay, I was figuring out what Stream Elements is doing. Yes, enjoy your candy. Eventually, I will set up things for you to get with your candy. It will happen. It will happen, okay? One of these days. I really want to like just kind of tear down my whole setup and redo everything. Like, I want to redo everything from zero, and I think Chrissy and I are talking about moving next year, and should we move? That's the perfect opportunity for me to just nuke everything. Just nuke it. And redo my setup, redo my OBS, like just kind of like pretend that I've never streamed before. Set up oh man, like I just kind of need, I think I need like a physical spatial reset in order to just feel like I want to like redo my graphics, and I want to redo everything. But just yeah, the bandwidth of doing all that, of doing any part of that, is just overwhelming, as anyone who has things in their life to do would understand. You at Dreamhack? No, I'm not at Dreamhack. Dreamhack is not even happening right now. First of all, the only Dreamhack that happened this weekend was in Australia. So why would you think that I would be in Australia, but my background is the same? Unless this could be a green screen. I could be in Australia right now. I don't know. Is it real? Is the background real? Is Booker really behind me sleeping in that little lump? I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Mr. Greggles is in an OBS production raid train? What does that mean? What is an OBS production raid train? I mean, I know what a raid train is, and I know what OBS production is, but I'm not sure what that means when it's combined. But yeah, I had actually, I had Mr. Greggles help me with my setup now. Like I literally was like, please fix this. I think it's things have just over time kind of fallen apart. Like the border of my cam right now is very apparently not even. I think y'all can tell, right? Like it's it is yeah, it's kind of a mess. So yeah, it just things have kind of I don't know. There's just a lot that I don't know. I kind of want to just like see how simple I can go and like if I could automate more. Yeah, it's just in theory, in a perfect world, it's like, oh, I want to do all these things, and in reality, I'm like, just getting ready to stream and having like things to talk about is like a lot. There's a website that covers what they're doing. There's a ray train of people who do cool OBS effects or even OBS plugin development. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, Mr. Greggles also does production consulting. So if you're looking for help with that, he does it through our website, Streamers Harass. So if you're looking to hire him, he is on our site, which I will present to you right now. So yeah, if you're looking for help with your production, there you go. Hashtag not sponsored. The more you know. Okay, let me do a little going live tweet here. Got my thumbnail all made already. Sod's law that 2 of our guys are in that train. Sod's law? Sod's law. Oh, another name for Murphy's Law. Oh. Well. Okay. I'm learning so much this morning. Thanks, chat. Murphy's Law for the Americans? Why is there a different name? Isn't Sod like a British nickname for like a dude? What does Sod mean? Isn't it like British slang? No, not SOS. Sod is grass. Yeah, right? Sod is a vulgar, offensive, and taboo word used to describe someone who's unpleasant or annoying, especially a man. That's a very good word. We should adapt that. I'm digging that. Yeah, so when you say Sod's Law, I'm like... So we're just calling this poor guy Murphy a Sod? Same level as calling someone a git? Git. Git. Maybe I need to live in Britain for a bit, you know? I feel like I think there's things we could take away from Britain. Isn't a git a place to store code? Yeah, a git hub, if you will. Don't call me Sod Ipsis. You Sod. I'm gonna call people Sod. I feel like if it's not in the British accent, then it's not really like offensive though. Like Sod. You're Sod. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Let's see if it works. Okay, chat. You guys can give me some feedback. And we'll try to use it naturally. Very, very naturally. Okay, in the meantime, let me... First of all, I want to say hi to YouTube. I have maybe neglected YouTube. We are live on YouTube as well. So hi to YouTube. Thanks for watching. Sod is DOS backwards. What is the conspiracy here? Hi, YouTube sods. Oh my god, stop. Hi, YouTube sods. We've just had a big indie game event in London called WASD. Yes, I've heard a lot about it. From my recent conversations. Yes, it was great. It was great for the game developers that don't get recognized in Spotlight to show off their work and they've worked on and gave an intimate atmosphere. Highly recommend. That's amazing. Did you attend it? I would love to travel for my job. Like I would like to use my job as an excuse to attend all these events. Like I kind of miss cons. And I know that I might regret saying that. But I am missing the con life. And also, I'd love to go to the UK. I've never actually spent time. I've been to the airport one time. That's it. That's all. I would love to go. I'd love to go to the pubs. And watch a football game. You know? Eat some beans. Beer, some beer. Have a pint. I'm thinking of a very like stereotypical, like this is all I know about Britain. We need to bring back other British words back into normal language use, like cockwomble. It's idiot, foolish, and obnoxious. Love it. Love it. Not traditional English breakfast. So what's the hate on the beans and toast thing? Are the beans cold? I mean, it just looks kind of sad as a meal. You know, it does look kind of pathetic. But also, like, you know, I gotta give it a try. Beans on toast with some the thing, the bloody pudding, the blood pudding, the black pudding. Beans on toast is like a hot dog without any toppings. Well, what do you, is that it? Do you put more things on the beans on the toast? The traditional English breakfast is huge, like most American meals. I think it's just about the sustenance of what's actually there, not so much the quantity. You know, it's quality over quantity. Well, not over quantity, but you know, quality matters. Egg and grated cheese, I'm down. Put it on. Here's my bread. Put on the beans, egg, cheese. What else? Throw it on there. Some like sliced hot dogs, some meat chunks, some spam. Look at me. I mean, I could do it. I could hang with the Britons. Okay. I could hang. Believe in me. Okay. I need to do my going live tweet. Okay. Add description. YouTube Ad Rev Soars. Death of the follower. I wish my typing accuracy would get better. I don't think I've made any. I feel like I've not gotten better as a typist over time. Hey Greens, hello Dan the Ducky. Dan the Ducky, love it. Oh, look at the little duck. Love it, so cute. It's not Dan the Duck, it's Dan the Ducky. I'm here for it. Great name. Okay. Join live tweet is live. So, game plan today, we got a couple of headlines. We're going to start off by talking about the Tarkov thing, since we haven't talked about that. And then, yes, movie day. Movie day. You know how, like, your classroom, they roll out the projector cart, and you're like, yes, we're having a movie. That's the vibe I'm giving off here, okay? So, yeah, if we have some time, it's fairly long. It's 46 minutes, and I'm gonna be reacting to it. So that means it's probably gonna take like 2 hours. So I don't know if we'll get through all of it today, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I was like, well, we don't have a lot of news to do, so I've been saving this video for like a rainy day, and it's literally a rainy day today. Movie day was usually Forrest Gump. What? Really? Can we watch Lion King? Yeah, not sure about that. What's up, M7? How you doing? Hey, Gun. How's it going? Okay. Going live tweet is live. If you guys want to retweet it, go live tweet. We can express retweet this. That's really pretty. You know what to do, chat. You know what to do. Get in there. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Say you're here. If you are here, which if you're watching, that means you are here, and you still use Twitter /X/ whatever the hell this platform is these days, just hit this button. Hit the button. Say, I'm here. Checking in. You know, it's just something like that. Can't wait. Woo! Okay, well, but don't do it like that. This is a mess. You're gonna look unhinged if you actually type like this. But you know, just something to, you know, just kind of provide some engagement. What's up, Miss Mittens? How you doing? Welcome on in. How'd you find the stream, Miss Mittens? Welcome on in. I love learning where our first time chatters come from. Can't wait. Woo! Don't type that. Don't do it like that. Chat. Okay, that's straight up unhinged. Crazy behavior. Don't do it. Not like this. Okay, so let's talk about the Tarkov thing. I got a couple articles here. Got a couple things. Okay, so this is from like an hour ago. Okay, so we'll do this, and then this. And then this. Okay, cool. I got an order of these Tarkov articles here. I'm gonna turn off the music because YouTube doesn't like pretzel. YouTube and music. It's but I can't wait. Woo! I mean, look, saying you can't wait woo is fine. Just don't be like, you know, have like your caps lock on and, you know, like all your words are like slurred together and no! Khan, what are you doing? Chat, I said don't type like this. Why did you type exactly like this? We don't want to scare people away. And if we type like this, then people are going to get scared. They're going to be like, oh God, oh. This is, Music was on? Yeah, music was on. I don't know. You can't tell the difference? I thought Loco was yelling at me. No, different Khan, okay? Atif, I didn't even know you were here. I can't call you out. I was encouraged by A-Greens. 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 I'm just saying, like, you've been getting more and more trolly. We might have to spank you or something. I don't know. You're becoming a nuisance. Nimbus gifting a sub to Awesomia. Thank you, Nimbus, for gifting that sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Golden Poncho. Also, Gun, thanks for the 86 monthers. Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. Every stream is Troll Friday? No. No, only on Fridays. You want to know why I stopped streaming on Fridays? Because of the trolling. You can just blame the trolls. Alright. Escape from Tarkov devs, shameless controversy. Response called out by fans and esports company. Oh, this was also updated. Oh yeah, this was recent. This is the soonest one. Okay. Escape from Tarkov developer Battlestate Games has been called shameless and tone deaf over its response to controversy, or controversy, which I think just sounds better. Controversy caused by a $250 expansion, with fans and even its esports associate calling out the studio. Oh boy. There's esports for Tarkov? I didn't even realize that. The community behind Escape from Tarkov, a hardcore and realistic online first-person shooter currently in beta, erupted on April 26th after Battlestate announced the $250 Unheard Edition upgrade, which added an exclusive player versus everyone mode amid other extras and notably wasn't deemed downloadable content by the developer. Like, I just don't even understand this concept of like having separate game modes or like things that like segregate, like why segregate your player base? This is the idea of paid DLC just taken to the next level. $250? Like what like are they just desperate for money? They're just like, oh, you know what? Let's just try our best here. This meant those who'd brought in the 150 Edge of Darkness edition. There's a $150 version. What? Nimbus gifting the sub to Solipsis. Nimbus, thanks for gifting that sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. What's up, Poe? Games of the future is a state media thing. What? What does that mean? What? Which came with a season pass and thus free access to all subsequent DLCs wouldn't obtain this new content without spending another $250. So you paid $150 and you're supposed to get access to the future DLCs. Okay. Many players therefore deem the Unheard Edition pay to win unacceptable, disrespectful, and more, but immense backlash has now arisen in response to the developer's official comment on the matter, which was seemingly intended to rectify the situation. Nick Buyanov, Battlestate COO and studio head, posted on Reddit to announce owners of the Edge of Darkness Edition would get access to the mode upon Escape from Tarkov's full launch, which is when? By the way, when is the full launch? Players would have the opportunity to test this mode by purchasing the Unheard Edition of the game, announcing a 50% discount for owner. Wait, what? Oh my god, I think I need to map this out here. Okay, wait, what? So, if you own Edge of Darkness, you would get access to the mode. But it's because you have the opportunity to test the opportunity to test the mode. That's funny. You know, usually they do usually they pay people to test games. I love early access. I think it's I think it's very funny that we like get very excited about spending money to like help you know, fix the game for free. These players would therefore be paying $275 in total to access as part of the Escape from Tarkov beta. Another Reddit post came from Buyanov. after this one didn't go well. I would like to say that I'm very sorry that fans in the game community in general are experiencing these feelings. Fake apology said Redamid. I'm sorry you feel this way does not equal I'm sorry I betrayed you. 0.0 chimed in. I'm sorry you feel this way is really not how an apology should sound. I don't really expect much better than this. However, considering all that has happened, the corrective actions are now on the right track, but hardly enough. Introducing pay-to-win features that are infinitely more potent than the ones in Edge of Darkness is just tone deaf. This article sucks for a timeline, sadly. Like the whole list of events in order. Yeah, I thought this would be the best one, but we have 2 more, so I think we'll be able to piece it all together. Rudolph said the reaction, which he did not foresee, will affect future decisions and announce a handful of other changes to these editions. PvE will be made available to those who own the Edge of Darkness edition, but only in waves because of the server capacity issues. Though it's unclear how far apart these waves will come. Oh my god. He also promised to balance the items and perks in this edition, but provide more to those who already bought it for $250. You can't balance the thing, but also say that someone who paid $250 is going to get their value. Like, those things are going to be directly opposed. Those are directly opposed ideas. Thank you for your time, love, and hate. Thank you for your time, love, and hate. That's okay. It's probably a translation thing, though. And thank you for your increased attention to the current situation. These changes are enough for many, however. Saying that you're sorry about the feeling we're experiencing is such a BS statement. Clearly, you're not sorry for what you did. While this is a good step, honestly, you guys have shown your true colors with this whole fiasco. I'm just very disappointed. I hope you guys will take some time to build the trust back. Build back the trust you lost with your community. A comment from Paul Funyon suggests that Battlestate had made false promises in the past, and so the company is asking for too much money for a game currently in beta. You've had the privilege of us testing your game for the past 7 years, and this is the product you're delivering. If you expect anyone to pay more money to test this, then you are batshit insane. Escape from Tarkov's Reddit is currently full of fans sharing similar thoughts, though Battlestate's recent actions appear to be a step too far for many. A post from WebFirm4870 with a screenshot of them uninstalling the game has 3,500 upvotes. Post telling other players not to fall for the apology has 6,700 upvotes. Oh my god. A screenshot of the Wikipedia page for a non-apology apology has 5,100 upvotes. Oh my god, people are so mad. Backlash took a step further when Evasion GG, the first Escape from Tarkov esports team and a host of more than 200 tournaments for the game, posted on X Twitter to claim Battlestate is a bad company to work with as a result of control issues, blatant nepotism, and more. Oh my god. Everything's coming out. Wow. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're getting into this. We have produced over 200 Tarkov shows, but if you've wondered why we haven't been as active as we once were, it's because we will not be railroaded into doing events that we don't believe in. What happened to the Tarkov community over the past week is what's been happening to us for the last 2 years dealing with BSG, Battlestate Games, promises not kept, gaslighting, event cancellations, control issues, blatant nepotism, all while wasting our time, money, and efforts. This year, we found out how terribly they have been treating the smaller event orgs as well. Now this treatment has spread to the player base. We've held back sharing this information, but seeing how the community was treated as a whole recently was too much. We will not create Tarkov events until we see things truly change. And again, like I said at the beginning, if you say that women are not going to be made into characters, playable characters, because it's not a part of the lore that you have invented, I mean, to me, that's a little bit of a red flag. It's a little bit of a red flag. To find out that BSG is not great, not really surprised. I'm just skimming through, seeing if anything's interested. We are with you. Everything we've built and hosted has been self-funded and with zero support from BSG. Would love to see them actually help the third parties that are helping grow their game and keeping people interested with additional things to do during the waves. Okay. We read this. Okay, they asked Battle Save for comment. Escape from Tarkov was released in closed alpha in August 2016 before its closed beta was released in July 2017. It stayed in this form ever since. What? Wait, what? It's been in closed... Guys, this is another Daisy. Guys, it's been 7 years? 7 years. Come on. This is another Daisy here. It has stayed in this form ever since, despite regular updates and paid add-ons. At this point, early access is now we're in late access, okay? The game should have been out by now. I feel like early access is just an excuse for not getting your shit together. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. 7 years? 7 years of cope? Oh yeah, Daisy released. Daisy released. Oh yeah, we played Daisy upon release. It was literally no different from early access. I mean, it's janky mess. Fun game. I put a lot of hours in it. I don't regret it, but it is a mess. How many years was Stardew in early access? 0. Stardew Valley wins. Escape from Tarkov dev finally apologizes for pricey PvE controversy. Okay, we're not going to rehash all the things again, so I'm going to try to just see if there's anything interesting. Okay, we saw the apology. PvE access will be given to all EOD owners free of charge, but will be done in waves. PvE mode will also get mod support after the release of the full game, which again is when? Which again is when? When is the release of the full game? Had a controversy with the Ukrainian trader being added? Why? What's the context of that? What's up, Mata? Welcome on in. Good to have you. Okay, this is pretty much the same thing. Everyone's mad. The PvE game mode is not DLC. Okay, so then the last article I have is Update Tarkov Studio claims it actually doesn't have the server capacity for everyone who bought the game for $150 to play its upcoming PvE mode, but has relented on making those players pay extra for it. LOL. Guys, this to me just reads scam. Scam. You're getting scammed. You're getting ripped off. Y'all, I mean, they don't even have the ability to give you the thing that you're paying access for. They just are like, to me, there's probably so many bad business decisions that have been made. I feel like this game is just it's again, it's another just DayZ experience. We don't release games anymore. Haven't you heard of Star Citizen? Oh, yeah, Star Citizen. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. Blah, blah, blah. The PvE mode is necessarily located entirely on a separate network infrastructure because essentially you play on our servers only in closed mode. At this stage, it's not possible to launch all players who are EOD holders. Right now, we simply do not have the required amount of resources for this. I just don't understand as like why you would pay for that. Battlestate says that the server capacity will increase in time for Tarkov's full release, whenever that may come. Like, why are we they're just saying, hey, when it's fully out, these are all the promises we're making. These are all the things on full release, but there is no full release date. Like, we're very clear on that, right? There's no actual date. They're just saying when full release, we do this, when full release, that, and you'll have this and that and that. And there's no actual like concept of moving to full release. Do they even have a timeline? Do they even have a year, a decade narrowed down of when this game is going to be full release? And $150 EOD purchasers will get full permanent access to the PvE mode at that time. That's basically saying that the game will have a paywalled PvE mode upon full launch. Personally, again, I just don't really see paywalling, like, I don't know, like an entire just game. I that's just, yeah, I just don't really understand that personally, of having a paywalled PvE mode. I would say I personally would not be a fan about that. Battlestate also says they'll offer a separate standalone purchase of the PvE mode so that any player of any version can have the opportunity to test the PvE mode. The opportunity to test the PvE mode. That's, again, just very funny language. Whatever the price of the standalone pack will be, Battlestate says that $150 EOD purchase will get a 70% off discount. I'm intrigued at the server capacity argument after double-checking yesterday's Constellation offer to the community. It seems that the proposed 6 months of temporary PvE access for EOD owners is only offline. So server capacity may be a legitimate issue for the company. If that's the case, though, I would simply recommend not rolling out the mode until Battlestate has developed the infrastructure to support it. I'm just hung up on this DLC feature distinction that Battlestate is burning all of its goodwill to uphold. Okay, let's say it's a feature and not a DLC. Shouldn't a feature added to an early access game be even less of a vector of monetization? I've paid $20 for games in EA that have never asked for another dime when adding new stuff. Definitional arguments aside, it's just absurd on the face of it. Most normal people seem to agree that $70 is a big ask for a video game. Tarkov's EOD purchasers are clearly some of its most diehard fans, and this insistence by Battlestate is just a slap in the face. The situation is beginning to take on the character of some kind of union negotiation with Tarkov players proverbially on strike with the uproar of in the game's official Discord, and Battlestate returning to the bargaining table with gradually better offers. This is so bad. Thing is, Tarkov, for all of its success, is still a relatively niche game that relies on word of mouth and community goodwill. I do none of that right now. I mean, there is word of mouth. I will say, the reason we're talking about this today is because of word of mouth. It's just not good word of mouth right now. It also needs its players more than the players need. Tarkov is in the studio's best interest to resolve this as quickly as possible, no matter what it has to concede to players. Discord was spam of a pitchfork. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I get being upset here. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you know, the gamers getting mad. But this is, I mean, this is no bueno. Definitely no bueno. So yeah, that's the latest pretty much. Let me go over to, let me see if I can find the Battlestate Games Twitter. See if there's been any recent development. No, they haven't tweeted since Well, more feedback. Update on current situation. All right, let's go to the Reddit. Enhance. More feedback. This was a day ago. About PvE access, we decided to just open it for EOD owners for free, but we will do it in waves. We will add mod support for PvE mode after release of the game, which is when? Does anyone know? How much are they going to charge for just access to the PvE? Yeah, who knows? Let me see. Escape from Tarkov full release dates. Sometime in 2024 is what I'm seeing. Sometime in 2024. It's happening, Chad. It's happening. I feel like if you don't have enough server capacity for a game mode that you are charging people $250 for, and you're going to try to fully release the game within the next 7 months, it's concerning. Concerning. As Elon Musk would say, it's concerning. That's my response to that. $1,000 for priority server access. Yes, I cannot wait for the for more amazing features to be added. Yes, very excited. Features to be, to be added into a paywall, I should say. Indeed. Indeed. Okay. Enough of that. Get out of here. Next up on the docket. Where's my browser? Where's my browser? Where's my browser? Where's my browser? Okay, there it is. Ubisoft and Xbox are taking sellers of counterfeit Assassin's Creed Minecraft merch to court. Ruh-roh. Ubisoft and Microsoft appear to be tag teaming a legal crackdown on people who try to pass off fake versions of Minecraft and Assassin's Creed official merchandise as the real thing. Wee-woo. In a complaint filed on April 19, 2023, the Illinois Northern District Court, Ubisoft alleges that a number of individuals, corporations, and other companies have been selling unlicensed and counterfeit Assassin's Creed merchandise via a number of different storefronts, including iOffer, Wish, Amazon, and the seller's own storefronts. For the complaint, Ubisoft says these items are inferior limitations that nonetheless use design elements and Assassin's Creed trademarks to deceive customers into thinking the merchandise is genuine. Ubisoft alleges the sellers are gaming search engine optimization to ensure their listings are at the top of relevant search results, misdirecting consumers away from legitimate products. That's interesting. It's kind of an issue with the... I feel like the SEO algorithm at that point. Additionally, Ubisoft claims the counterfeiters have evaded past attempts to take actions against them by registering new seller accounts under new aliases, maintaining numerous offshore bank accounts. Wow, this is very serious. Moving website hosting to servers outside the US, and shipping products in small quantities to avoid detection by US customs. This is... wow, okay. While Ubisoft provided a list of sellers, it is... people, man, there must be like a hot market for... Minecraft merch. Like, I mean, in terms of doing all this work just to, like, you know, get around being detected. I mean, geez. I'm tired just reading about it. Ubisoft is charging the unknown sellers with trademark infringement and counterfeiting, false designation of origin, and violation of Illinois Uniform Deceptive Trade Practices Act. The publisher is seeking that the sellers be permanently restrained from doing the same thing in the future. The website's taken down and their accounts shuttered across a number of online marketplaces. Ubisoft is also seeking to collect all profits from the counterfeit goods or statutory damages up to $2 million for each and every use of their trademarks. Just a few days later, Microsoft filed a similar suit in the same court, in this case referring to Minecraft merchandise counterfeits on storefronts such as Amazon, Walmart, and eCreator. I will say, I actually really don't shop on Amazon anymore. I canceled my Prime membership last year. I was cutting down on all my subscriptions, and I already was not ordering that much on Amazon, and so I was like, you know what, let me cancel, and if I need to order something on Amazon, and it makes sense to get Prime, I can always just like boot it back up again. Not a big deal. And you know, to my own surprise, I found that I don't use Amazon and I'm buying a lot less stuff. Yeah, weird concept. Like, I mean, it's just the convenience of buying anything you can think of and having it like to your house the next day. It just, yeah, I just don't feel, don't really need much. But I will say I have gone on Amazon a few times. Most recently, I did buy a new walking pad so I can walk while working at my desk, which is very handy. And, you know, as I spent a lot of time doing research, and I've also been looking for a new automated feeder bowl for Booker because the one that I bought him like 2 years ago has just broke. It's just like literally won't function anymore. So I was looking at you know, just like comparing products to find one that I like. And I would love to know more from people who like actually do go on Amazon more often than I do, but man, there's a lot of like knockoff stuff, isn't there? Like it just seems like there's like 7 of every product. And it's all like random, kind of like, looks like random letter generation of like, you know, company names. It's very weird. Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, a lot of knockoff. It's a Temu effect. Yeah, it just seems like the marketplace is just flooded with clones. They're all the same. They're all like very like so similar. I mean, go look something up and go like look at product comparisons and like trying to find a walking pad. They all had pretty much the same exact stats. I mean, I don't know. It's just overwhelming. It's like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. The random letter generation just to avoid any trademark hassles. Walking pads are great though. Yeah, I mean, I like the one I ended up getting. It is great. My problem right now is my room gets way too hot, and that's like part of the reason why I want to go down to one computer, because I'm having 2 computers pump out hot air all day, even on days I'm not streaming. It's just a mess. What's a walking pad? It's like a light treadmill. So I mean, you can get pretty a decent speed. You can get some power walking. Yeah, but it's I mean, this probably weighs like 40 pounds maybe. Not too heavy. And I just grab it, throw it under the desk. I don't know if you can see it on my, if I go full screen here. I mean, you can see like the edge of it here. It's just against the wall. So I set it against the wall. Then when I raise the desk, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice to get some exercise while I'm working. So it lets me walk, you know, miles a day. But yeah, I'm having a problem with temperature control in my room. A couple different things, the computer being on, and I think like also my window is not insulated well. So if it gets warm outside, which it has been, it's warm in here. Treadmill, so you'll never have to leave your desk again, says I like desk. Which did you get? Funny enough, I'm looking for one, but to your point, I'm trying to compare and choose. I ended up getting... What's the brand name here? Let me show it. This is it. Full walking pad. Ow! Ah! My foot went under my office, like the plastic mat. Does not feel good. You know, the plastic mat that's like lined with spikes? Yeah, that. Not a fun time when that happens. It doesn't walk, it rolls. It doesn't walk. I walk on it. I don't think it rolls. Does it roll? Get some fans. I have the fan above. I have a rotating fan that's literally sitting in like halfway into the hallway to bring in the cold air. So I already have that rolling. Trust. You know, I try to get the house temperature down to like 73, 72. Sometimes even colder than that. Yeah, it's it's really the computers and installation issues. That's the problem, so. Oh, good morning, Stinky. Oh, good morning. Oh, we got a Booker roll. Booker roly poly olies. He's so cute. The goodest boy. Are you the goodest boy? Yeah. Remember did I tell you guys Booker had been throwing up, by the way? Did I tell you guys this? He was not feeling well. I think I did tell you guys this was happening last week. He ended up testing positive for roundworm. Yeah, so that's probably why he had some GI upset. Oh my goodness, he's tucking himself back in. Yeah. Which is weird because we haven't really been to a dog park. So so we had 2 dogs over a few weeks ago. And so there's a chance that maybe one of them had it. And, you know, they go poo-poo in the yard and, you know, it's in the grass and gets tracked. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, he's been feeling fine. He's on dewormer now and yeah. So I don't think he ate it because he's never like he used to be a poop eater. He is definitely a poop smeller. He will definitely smell very closely, but he's never tried to eat poop. I mean, when he was a puppy, he was like, you know, whatever. But yeah, he doesn't really do that. But he could have tracked it in his paws and then maybe like was cleaning his paws or something. Like that's possible because he does run through the yard to go and chase the squirrels down. And he doesn't look where he's running, so that is a possibility. But yeah, anyway, so he's feeling totally fine though. He's been fine. Very normal poop, very normal, like drinking and eating and energy. We wrestle. It's actually kind of a good thing because it is alarming when your dog is not feeling well and they can't tell you what's wrong, you know? They're not like, oh man, like, you know, I pooped the other day and, you know, that's, now I'm not feeling well. You know, it's like, it's you always, as a parent or a pet parent, you know, you assume the worst and you're like, oh gosh, like, you know, we had to do blood work and that came back fine. And, you know, it's like, you know, I feel like it's good to have like an answer, and it's also very treatable and very manageable. Like, again, nothing has changed. Every 2 weeks he's getting like a syringe that, you know, like of sustenance that goes into his mouth. So very easy. Anyways, got it from the drywall. Yes, from eating drywall. Okay, so anyways, oh, so the walking pad. Yes, let me actually pull that up. The brand name that I end up going with. Terms and orders. So this is what I mean by the random assortment of letters. I'm going to type it in chat. DAEYEGIM. The iGym. The iGym. I don't know. Okay, like of course, yes. You know, that well-known brand. I've only gotten it recently, so don't sue me if it ends up like crapping out on you. But it seemed like, so there's the one that I borrowed from Bloody Faster has like a handlebar that you can like fold down and fold up. To me, that was like way too much. It added a ton of weight to it. But if you feel like unsteady with walking and you want like a handlebar, you can go with something like that. It was more pricey. This one is 139 bucks. Lightweight. It's got a remote control. Works great. Here's the remote. Turn it on. You can speed it up. Also, one thing I really like is it has time, speed, distance, and calories, and it rotates automatically. The one that I borrowed from Bloody Faster, like you had to like do a setting every single time to make it to make it like, you know, do the thing where it rotates, and I'm like, that's just too much work. So Day Gym. Hey, what's up, Frostbite? How you doing? Okay. Getting back to the story. But even Microsoft admits it doesn't fully know who all the counterfeiters are, which may be why it and Ubisoft have struggled to stamp out the counterfeit operations prior to now. I need a sip of water. Ubisoft speculates that in its complaint that the sellers are primarily based in China or other foreign countries, and that the groups and individuals seem to coordinate with one another in chat rooms to share tactics, evade detection, and avoid legal action. It doesn't seem to be the extent of its knowledge. Tactics used by the defendants to conceal their identities and the full scope of their operation make it fully impossible for Microsoft to learn defendants' true identities and the exact inner working of their counterfeit network. So why then are Ubisoft and Microsoft hiding the list of people they're suing from the public eye? And Microsoft's motion to seal points out that it wants to keep the defendants from learning they're being sued until a temporary restraining order can be issued. Otherwise, Microsoft claims the sellers will be able to wiggle out of legal consequences once again. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I think we got everything we needed out of this article. All right. Let's talk about YouTube. YouTube ad revenue. Looking good. People are happy with YouTube's earnings. Hey, Vroom. Thank you for the 118 monthers. The most surprising thing about this is that anyone would actually want Ubisoft or Microsoft merch. Hey! Oh my god. I need a ba-dum-dum. How do I not have a ba-dum-dum? Chat, I need a ba-dum-dum. I don't have one. I don't have a drum thingy thing. That's the best I got, okay? I need ba-dum-dum. Where's my ba-dum-dum?
1981 shared 1000 bits. Here you go, Booker. Your weekly payment.
Oh my goodness, he is so cute right now. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. He's so cute. Should we just stop doing the news and just look at Booker? Adorbs, adorbs. Honestly, if I were to do co-working streams, I'd probably just have like Booker cam. Because like Booker will sleep in the room in my office like most of the time when I'm working. Like he's usually around. So if I'm like in a meeting or something and I can't be on cam, I could just have like Booker being on cam. Streams for 10 years and no I need Someone find me son. Give it to me. I'll add it right now. It's easy. I can upload it to my Stream Deck. It's super easy. I'm so like I wonder if I can find one. Does Stream Deck have like pre-configured sounds that I can just add? Because I know they have like a market, but it's kind of a whole thing. Sounds? They do have sounds. Do I have to buy them? Because I'm not. Is it this? Oh gosh, that was that loud? Search Badum. No, I'm not finding Badums. Like, what would I do with any of these sounds? These like what are the point of these? Alright, just one but I'm done. Whatever. Okay, I give up. Okay, YouTube. Let's talk about YouTube. YouTube salutes its shorts as ad revenue soars to $8.1 billion in Q1 2024. Alphabet's earnings reports for the first quarter of 2024 sent its stock price soaring sky high. The parent company of Google and YouTube exceeded analyst expectations in Q1, with its video-oriented subsidiary posting particularly strong results. Overall, Alphabet's revenue hit $80.54 billion for the quarter. That just to me is like, these numbers are just kind of like mind-blowing. Free Badumts. You guys are finding Badums. Okay, which one though? There's 4. That's a pretty good one. That's option 1. Okay. That's option 2. No, that option 3 is out. No. Okay, it's option 2. Option 2 is the answer. What is outdoors? Okay, no. How do I just get the one? This isn't gonna give me a virus, right? Room, you didn't just like find something and I'm not gonna get a virus or something. YOLO! Just click the button, see what happens. Okay, but okay, now I gotta find the folder. Okay, I found the folder. Okay. Here we go, chat. It's happening. We're actually dedicated to this. It's so funny when I don't have any, like, I don't have a lot of news to do. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna have time for this video. And then, like, we just mess around for 2 hours on the dumbest, most random things. Okay, system, multimedia. Okay. How do I don't want to add an icon. How do I what am I doing here? Okay, soundboard, play audio. Soundboard, play audio. So what am I doing? Soundboard, play audio. Here we go. File. Stream sound, but okay. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Ready, chat? Are you ready for it? Wait, did that not come through? Hold on. Did it not work? Wait, is it a... Oh. Oh, wait. We did it. We did it, chat. Okay, we got it, right? That we did it? We did it? You want it louder? You want it to be louder than that? You want it more loud? You want it louder than that? Okay, how's this? Okay, there we go. That's fine. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. We did it. T Monster, thanks for the 6 months. How are you doing, T? Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Do a joke and then the sound effects. A joke on the spot? Oh, jeez. Okay, here's one. My chat. Amazing. Oh, got him. Good one. Okay, that was classic. Really nailed that one. Overall, Alphabet's revenue hit $80.54 billion for the quarter. That figure exceeded projections of $78.59 billion and represented a year-over-year bump of 15%. About 10% of those earnings came from YouTube ads, which pulled in $8.1 billion in sales during Q1 2024. That sum is YouTube's highest quarterly total to date. Ads are working. By rising 20% year over year, YouTube ad sales blew past projections. The video giant is also posting solid revenue numbers related to subscription services like YouTube TV. Subscriptions brought in $15 billion in revenue. That's wild. During the first quarter of the year, YouTube celebrated the 1-year anniversary of its revenue sharing program on Shorts. That monetization option has quickly grown into one of the platform's strongest revenue streams. So this is really interesting to hear because, you know, we've talked about like, you know, TikTok and trying to earn revenue and trying to figure out advertising. And so it's really interesting to hear how YouTube is just like rocking it. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because YouTube has, I mean, you know, they've pretty much nailed advertising, you know, online advertising, you know, with Google and YouTube stuff. So they've had a lot of time to really figure out the model for, especially for video content. You know, short form does present different challenges because, you know, they're like, you know, 30-second, 60-second videos. You're not going to show an ad between each video. How do you get people who are just swiping for the quick, you know, dopamine hits? How are you going to get them to engage with an ad? So really interesting to see that. During the Alphabet earnings call, Google Chief Business Officer Philip Schindler revealed that the number of channels that uploaded to YouTube Shorts has grown by 50% year over year. Everyone's making content on YouTube. In 2023, more people created content on YouTube than ever before. He added that the YouTube Partner Program has paid out more than any other creator monetization platform. Speaking of YouTube Partner Program, speaking of YouTube Partner Program, wait for it. Big congrats to Christy Schuyler for becoming a YouTube partner. Amazing. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Worst button to hit, honestly. I gotta be careful with that. No! Frostbite, no! Oh my god, stop. That's not what I meant at all, okay? 3 months ago, we started consistently uploading on my ASMR channel. Now, here we are. Big congrats. Go check out her channel. Great dress. Love the dress. It's my dress, chat. Amazing. And yes, big shout out to Saucy Rossi for putting in the work. The manual labor, the hours of manual labor. Another shout out belongs to the Order Dylan, who met with me in January to advise me on how to take my channel to the next level. Dill, your wisdom has transformed the way I approach my content on YouTube. I'm so thankful for you and your knowledge. You know where you can work with Dylan on YouTube stuff? Or even Christy. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, we got some good consultants up in here. We got the Order of Dylan, which actually has to be changed because he did change his name, to Captain Dylan. We got Dylan here, and we have Christy who do consulting work for creators. So if you're looking for some work or some help on your content, amazing. Okay, wow, that was like 7 different segues. we just took a turn, went down the road a little bit. Yeah, big congrats to Christy. The majority of Alphabet's Q1 numbers put the holding company in the green. Its execs did address a few notable downturns. Alphabet CFO Ruth Porat indicated that YouTube subscription revenue declined quarter over quarter, though she attributed that dip to the NFL schedule. Q4 2023 boasted 14 weeks of NFL action, while Q1 only included a single week. The size of Alphabet's workforce also decreased year over year. The Google parent company employs 180,000 workers. That is crazy. They employ 180,000 people. That's just like that. Mind blowing. Which represents a 5% dip year over year. YouTube laid off approximately 100 people as part of a restructuring effort. Which seems like, I mean, it sucks. Obviously, it feels bad, but it's like 100 people, and they employ 180,000. It's just like, whew, the numbers. Its share price shot up 10% on Friday before leveling out later in the day. Congrats to YouTube. Ad revenue. Look, I can't say it enough. If you are looking to grow as a creator, you too should do YouTube. There's a lot of opportunities you're missing out on. And the great thing about, if you have an existing community on Twitch today, leverage that. That's exactly what Christy has done, and that's why she's become YouTube partner. Is not only is she leveraging her current audience because she does ASMR on stream, they can find more ASMR on the YouTube, but also she is getting genuine discovery from YouTube. Her YouTube streams have been doing well. She's getting new people coming in. So this is going to segue right into the video we're going to watch today, which is called Death of the Follower. And really the concept behind this, now I haven't actually watched the video, we're going to watch it together. But the concept behind this is that people, content consumers, which is pretty much everyone, they're not as inclined to follow people anymore. They're just consuming the content. And I think, again, I'm just kind of predicting, this is my take, short form content has really just kind of, and just the accessibility of creating content, the popularity, the career opportunities of being a creator are so much more now than it used to be. And so there's so many people creating content. So it kind of has this effect, whereas if you consume the content, you're more interested in the entertainment, not like I need to follow this person and everything they do, because there's just so much out there to observe and interact with, and you're just looking for more and more and more of that. And so people, I don't think, are as tied to specific creators anymore. Now, live streaming is very different. And this is why I emphasize live streaming is like the bottom of your discovery funnel. It's like the end point, and that's why it's so hard to grow as a streamer. You need to grow as a creator and bring people to the stream. Because at the streamer level, that's where your community is. Those are the people that are there for you and what you're doing. Now, you will have, the goal is to have some new people that are initially only there to watch whatever service you're providing, whether you're playing the hot new game, you're a professional and you're, amazing people with your skills, or you're really hilarious and people want to watch that. And then eventually you get people to go follow you and watch you play whatever you want to play. But it's really hard to get to that point, and it's getting harder. It's why it's so hard to watch story-based games, because they require significant levels of dedication that they don't really exist anymore these days. So I'm really kind of excited to get into this video, talk about it, because I think this is the evolution of content and content creation. We also don't have to find our own content anymore. It gets fed to us. So who the creator is becomes less relevant. Exactly. The algorithm is giving you what you want. You want Taylor Swift content. You're probably not thinking of 3 creators that do Taylor Swift content. You're probably you're swiping and you're engaging, and it's just getting fed to you. And it doesn't matter who is saying it, because there's a million people talking about Taylor Swift. So who cares if it's, this one person, right? And that's why also repetition takes a lot of repetition to rope people in. And this is why niching down is effective, because you make the same content repeatedly and you provide a one-stop shop for that type of content. So this all goes back to why being a variety gamer is not sustainable anymore. It's not a way to really grow. And people really hate hearing that, but realistically, that's just how the space has changed so much. Provide a service, provide the place for something, whether it's a niche of games, a certain game, an angle that you provide consistently. For example, like let's say, look at Hot Ones. Okay, Hot Ones is an example. Hot Ones is just an interview. There are many personalities that interview other celebrities. There's plenty of talk shows, whatever. Why did Hot Ones get popular? Because they did it in a certain way. That's interesting. It's a different angle on a concept that's not anything new. Literally, if you just took away the wings from the interview, it would be actually pretty, unremarkable, right? But it's the wings that provide, you don't know how they're going to react. It changes the emotion. It creates chaos. And we recently watched Hot Ones with Conan O'Brien, and it was hysterical. And, you take something that's like not revolutionary and you have a twist to it. So, when it comes to growing as a creator, it's really about driving home the specific thing, calling to a specific type of person. You're just not going to be able to do everything. Now, as you grow and you become very popular, you have that flexibility to kind of do more stuff. Like, look at the Kardashians. I mean, they have phone apps, they have makeup lines, they have TV shows, they have a million different things. They're all over the place. I can't even name all the things that they have their hands in. Because you get enough popularity, you can launch and do something completely out of left field and be successful. What's up, Mefty? I stopped doing story-based games for the most part unless they're short. Yeah. The attention spans of content consumers has drastically narrowed. It's hard to go from, when you spend hours getting very quick, immediate gratification, you're getting all the information you're looking for in 60 seconds. To go from that and to go to a live stream where it's hours long and, look at my show, for example. I talk about a singular topic for 15, 30, 45 minutes, an hour. I'll talk about the same thing. People just want that TLDR. They don't want the blah, 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 blah. Sometimes we get distracted and we talk about Booker for 20 minutes and then we have, alerts going off and, so that's why it's so challenging to grow as a live streamer. And for some reason, it's just really hard to get this through to people. It's very hard for this to like resonate with streamers. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like denial or they've had like a new person come in this week and they're like, see, look, I'm growing. See, I can do it just on Twitch. I don't know. There's a lot of like resistance. And conceptually, I understand if you want to stream, you don't have to do all the other things that go with it. The Badum side quest was also great today. Yes. You don't want to, like, I get it. I get you just want to stream and have fun and be entertaining and that's it. Trust, that is the dream, to just focus on one thing. But realistically, it's just like, I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying you have no chance if you're just live streaming. But it's tough. I mean, look, I work with creators all the time that are smaller and they've been stuck and they're stagnating and, there's no YouTube channel, there's no TikTok and maybe there is a channel, but it hasn't been posted in a while. And so I see these issues firsthand. And then I see when creators do actually, they do post the short form and they're paying attention to trends and they're capitalizing on opportunity. A really great example of this, let me pull this up here. Like a fantastic example of this is one of our premium members, Nikki Games, had a really successful TikTok. So if you are part of the Streamer Square newsletter, you would have seen that I put out a newsletter that talks about Fallout. And I also put out a thread about this. And I also sent a separate newsletter and message to our premium members that had just like more detailed information and they got it a few days early. And then one of our members, Nikki, actually did do something. And, she posted a TikTok about Fallout 76 and got 1 million views. I haven't even gotten 1 million views on a video. I'm jealous. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, I'm so proud. Like, that's amazing. But like this, like being topical and doing things your way on a thing. You know how many Fallout clips there probably exist? There's probably thousands of clips, but it's all about repetition and capitalizing. So with that, we have this video that I'm going to pull up here. So this video, if it will load. Mefty, thanks for the 24 months. Super appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Okay. So this is a talk given by Jack Conti, who is the founder, CEO of Patreon. Talking about death of the follower and the future of creativity on the web. Now, again, I haven't watched this. But I think it's going to be really interesting because, again, it's all about trends and understanding user behavior. As a creator, you need to really understand not only like your audience in terms of their interests, but also how they behave. Really important to understand that. So let's watch this. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to top off my water because I haven't taken a break yet. Oh, really finite. Good to know. So let me take a quick break. I'm going to run some ads. Get rid of the ads for the next hour and then we will dive into this. I will be right back in just a few. Booker just falling out. Falling out of his chair. Chair? Bed? What? Soul, you did not. Are you serious? Really, Soul? You're gonna make me dab? Oh my god. See ya, Chris. Hey, Vio, what's up? Congratulations, by the way. I haven't watched your episode. Christy and I are gonna have to watch your episode of Idiot Sandwich. I'm so glad that that's out there now. Big congrats. That is amazing. Vio made me do something. Vio made you redeem a dab. Ugh. Okay. Well. Finally out. I know. It's so cool. Like, that's crazy. I need to watch it. So, is it like is it a new show that hasn't existed before? Like, are you like the first season winner? Vio pressured Soul. Soul's the victim. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna dab kneeling. Okay. We gotta find ways to mix it up because we just had Blobby Appreciation Day and I had to dab like 3 times. Maybe I'll get Booker to dab with me. Booker's seen Chrissy for the first time today and he's being all like shy and cute. He's like, alright, here we go. Here's the dab. Kneeling dab. Don't clip it. Don't clip. Okay, here we go. No. What's up, Laura? I saw you come in earlier, but forgot to say hi. I was busy blabbing. Blab, blab, blab. All right, whatever. There's the dab. Enjoy. Thanks for wasting your 500,000 channel points. No, not again. Please no. We have a serious video to watch, right? We got some React content. No, Laura, stop. No, I'm gonna have to increase the price. Time to get Surse. Surse. Shush. Super shush. Shush. Put it on a cooldown? I mean, look, it's 500,000 channel points. It's not every day you can get a dab. You know? Like, what are you guys doing? Alright, I'm putting my headphones on. Okay. So, if you're just joining us, we're watching a video called Death of the Follower. This is a talk that was given by Jack Conti, who is the CEO of Patreon. And I think this will be a very insightful discussion about how user behavior is changing. And as a creator, this is important to understand and keep an eye on. you know, because as everyone has follower goals, and having people follow you is great because that means they're closer to keeping up with your content. But if people are not interested in being a follower, that could pose a problem, you know? Hyper game dev, please. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have a strong reaction to dabs. It's hard not to like want to barf. I am 4% of the way to a dab. What's up? Stij? Is the J silent? Is it Stin? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but welcome on in.
Hello. Welcome. I'm so psyched to be here today. Maybe before I even get started, can I just get a show of hands? If you're a creator, raise your hand. Let's see, creators. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. If you're in the music industry, folks in the music industry, management companies, labels, okay, great, cool. And then how about if you're just in tech, like anybody in tech, creator economy, tech? Okay, awesome, cool. All right, cool mix of folks here today.
What's up, Kim?
I've been thinking a lot about the whole arc of the internet and how it's evolved over the last couple decades, and then how I think it's going to evolve, and Patreon's place in all of that. And that's what I want to share with you today. I started making music and videos and putting them on the internet right after I finished college in 2007.
Oh my gosh.
I made a ton of movies in school. I also made animations as a kid. So making stuff wasn't particularly new to me. But I had just spent, at the time when I finished college, 6 months and thousands of hours on a new record called Nightmares and Daydreams. I was living at my dad's house at the time, working out of my old childhood bedroom, and I was trying to figure out how to reach people with this new record that I had worked so hard on. Like even the cover, that guy on the cover is an actual clay guy that I made out of Sculpey, and then I did a photo shoot with him and I got a great shot, but then I had to use the lasso tool in Photoshop to cut him out. And this was before the magnetic lasso tool, so I had to do that shit by hand, and that took way too long, but none of that mattered because by sheer luck, I happened to finish school right when this budding technology called the internet was going through a massive shift. It was just starting to move from what people called Web 1 to Web 2.0. I'm sure everybody knows about this in this room. Y'all are here at South by Southwest, so you probably know this. But Web 1 was essentially a read-only version of the internet. In retrospect, people call this 90s version of the web the static web. It was like AOL, where you could browse web pages and read the news, but there was no easy way for people to upload and share. And then in the early 2000s, a slew of new companies like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter came onto the scene.
Zanga.
And YouTube's motto was broadcast yourself. The whole idea of Web 2 was that for the first time as a creative person, you could easily participate on the internet. You could post and tweet and upload instead of just being a passenger. And I thought that was fucking awesome. Honestly, I still think it's fucking awesome. It's so easy to forget how magical this is, how special this is. But this moment in history marked a shift for humanity, and for artists and creators especially, because for the first time on the internet, you could do more than just consume. You could create. You could reach other people. And it was in that moment, right here in 2007, when I happened to graduate college and finish my record, Nightmares and Daydreams, and I was trying to reach people with it. And at the time, my best bet was DMing bands on MySpace and asking if I could open for them at local bars up and down the West Coast. I sent cold outreach to music venues to get booked, and then I got in my car because I couldn't afford to rent a van, and I drove up and down the West Coast of the United States, and I played the dankest local bars, and I sang my guts out, and I sweated, and I sang, and I sweated, and I sang, and I ate tacos out of the back of my car while my friends were all getting promoted in high-paying jobs as investment bankers, and I did that for years, tour after tour. And I'm using the word tour lightly here. Like, there weren't people at my shows. Like nobody came. I had no fans. On a good night, there were a couple stragglers who wandered in off the street, but I was playing empty bars.
Oh my God.
It was so hard to reach people. So you can imagine how excited I was when a friend sent me a video of a guy named David Choi singing with a guitar in front of his webcam on a new website called YouTube. And this video had like 300,000 views or something like that. I couldn't believe it. David was reaching people. This phase of the internet had the potential to solve a fundamental problem for me as an artist. I felt like I had to jump in, and I did. I immediately started uploading videos to YouTube. Back then, no one else was showing the at-home recording process. So I just filmed myself playing instruments, and then I layered them in the video with split screens so people could see all the musical elements coming together to form a song. And it's funny because in 2023, this idea seems totally obvious, but nobody was doing that back then. It wasn't a fancy recording studio with millions of dollars equipment. It was a bedroom with an M-Box audio interface and a cheap version of a laptop recording software called Pro Tools LE and an old Sony Handycam that I lugged around with me everywhere that shot on high-8 tapes and a bed comforter hung on the wall to dampen the sound and broken cymbals that a fan sent me in the mail for free. But I was making real music.
Oh my God.
I was screaming my fucking guts out and playing accordion and doing collabs with friends, and it started working. People started watching my videos and listening to my music. I was reaching people. My videos started getting thousands of views. It wasn't millions of people at first, but it was so much better than playing empty bars. So I kept doing it.
Oh my
and
gosh,
by 2009, I had made 43 YouTube videos of my songs, and I was feeling amazing because for the first time in my life, I was actually reaching people with my work. Okay, but the real beauty of this new website called YouTube, the most amazing thing about it, was that it had a subscribe button. I only realized how truly special this idea was in retrospect. But in my opinion, this concept turned out to be one of the most important things about this new era of the internet, what people called Web 2.0. The subscribe button was foundational. It changed YouTube from being a tool to reach people to being a way to reach them and then build a following around my work. The subscribe button allowed people who liked my stuff to sign up to see more of it in the future. And as a creator, it gave me a channel of distribution to ensure that my future work was sent to those people. So it turned out that Web 2 solved more than just reach, more than just discovery. It represented the birth of the follower. In my opinion, the follow is not some handy feature of a social network. The follow is foundational architecture for human creativity and organization. The idea of a creator, an artist, or a community of fans around them who want to see their future work, this concept, the follow, it's profound. Whether it's the following that I was building as a musician or a podcasting duo who talks about what it's like to be single moms in a community of single mothers who finally feel seen and understood, or a science education creator and students who didn't previously have access to high-quality education, the follow was a system of organization for the entire internet. It was a framework for the distribution of creativity and communication. Not just reach, but a step past it. Ongoing communication, connection, a sustained relationship, community. And I learned just how magical the concept of following could be when I did my first collab with my girlfriend, Natalie. We put up a video on my YouTube channel in 2008 that was a song we created together, and it was different than my music. It was way less screamy and insane, but it was more active and fleshed out than her music. So we decided to create a new separate channel for our collabs, and we called this new YouTube channel Pomplamoose. But oh, all right, got some Pomplamoose fans in the house. All right.
Pomplamoose.
But we posted our first video. The first Pomplamoose video was actually posted on my channel. And I had about 7,000 subscribers at the time, and my subscribers loved this new video. And at the end of it, we posted a little link to the new Pomplamoose channel to tell people about it, and almost instantly, the new Pomplamoose channel got 3,000 subscribers. That's what a following is. People see your new shit. Literally, they follow you wherever you go on the internet. So Natalie and I started making more videos.
I'm gonna pause here for a second. Like, I haven't had much to interrupt with because, like, I feel like so far it is so on point. And you know, I talked a little bit before the video. I haven't seen the video, but this is kind of where I just envision it going, right? It's going to be the way that people discover and get fed content. And partially is user behavior, but partially also is because of the algorithms, the platforms themselves. Like, if you create content on YouTube, or honestly, YouTube or TikTok, really, like, you can really tell very easily when your videos perform and you look at what is the composition of the people that are watching, and you'll see, like, most of them aren't subscribed to you. They're not following you. They're outside people, and many won't follow you. And I feel like that behavior is becoming less and less. Again, just based on what we talked about. So I feel like everything that he said is just, like, super on point. I am going to also increase the speed slightly. You probably may notice a little bit, but just so that we can get through this.
And more videos, and within a year we got 18,000 subscribers, and then in one video we announced that we were playing a show, and we showed up to the show in San Francisco, and there were 40 people there, and oh my god, guys, I cannot tell you what it's like to have 40 people at your show after years of playing empty bars. Fucking magic. It was amazing.
Amazing.
It was so great. That night was such a great night. I feel like I literally can like remember that. Another time, Natalie and I were filming a vlog to put in one of our videos, and my sister happened to walk in like behind us, and she was holding a bar. She's a soap maker. She was holding a bar of grapefruit scented soap. Pamplemousse means grapefruit in French. And she said, "Hey guys, look, I have pamplemousse soap." And Natalie and I just saw that and decided to keep it in the video, and we put it up in the video, and our fans were like, "Oh my god, pamplemousse soap, we want a bar of pamplemousse soap." And so we made another video, and we said, "Okay, now you can order pamplemousse soap," and we got hundreds of orders for pamplemousse soap. Another time, when USB thumb drives were starting to get huge, we thought, why do CDs? Let's put all of our music on a thumb drive. And so we did. And we loaded up the thumb drives, we put up a video, we said, "Hey, if you want to buy a thumb drive, you can buy a thumb drive now." And we ended up selling hundreds and hundreds of thumb drives. We decided to sign every one of them, because we wanted to like be really, personal with our fans. And it was kind of crazy. We had to like figure out the packaging. We had no idea how to package that many thumb drives. My family ended up helping out. My parents were freaking out. Dad's like taking pictures and stuff. Like it was like really fun. It was amazing. Another time we decided to put our album on iTunes, our first Pamplemousse album back in like 2008, and we didn't have artwork. So we asked our fans like, "Hey, do you want to make the artwork for Pamplemousse?" And we got hundreds of submissions for the cover of the new Pamplemousse album from our fans, and they were freaking talented. Their artwork was amazing. This is the one that actually won. Natalie and I just love this one. So this is the artwork for our first album. It was made by one of our fans. Another time, we booked a show at a laundromat. That's a sentence I just said. We booked a show at a laundromat. The idea was like it was a laundromat where there was a cafe and a laundromat. You could go order food, do your laundry, eat. By the time you were done eating, take your laundry home. That was the idea of the laundromat. And we booked the show. Like if you crammed people in there, it held like 60 people in this laundromat. And then we uploaded this video. And this was the first video that we ever uploaded that went viral. And it got like 500,000 views overnight, and we showed up to our show at the laundromat, and there were 200 people crammed inside the laundromat, and then 150 or 200 people outside, like spilling in the street. Cars were swerving around them, and like there was no stage. Like it's a laundromat, so literally I'm playing music, and there's a person like. I'm like looking at a person's eyes while I'm playing Pamplemousse songs. It was insane. Honestly, it was the first night. It was mayhem. I don't have any pictures of the night, but this is what it felt like. Like it was just like insane. And this was the first time I was like, oh my god, this is gonna work. Like having a following is amazing. This is gonna work. We're gonna be able to be full-time musicians. Another time we posted another video, and at the end of the video we told our fans, hey, we're uploading a song to iTunes. We decided not to ever sign or kind of enter the music industry. We did everything ourselves. We negotiated our own contract with iTunes directly. We posted our songs directly to iTunes. And so we kept almost all of the revenue associated with that. And when we posted this album, told our fans about it online, told our followers, we sold 30,000 songs that month, and we got $22,000 deposited directly into our bank account. It was more money than I'd ever seen in one place ever in my life. I was losing my mind. It was so incredible. Then Pamplemousse started playing shows, and we started touring, and hundreds of people started showing up, and then many hundreds of people, and then thousands of people started showing up. This is my wife crowd surfing, she's a fucking badass. And that's what I mean when I say that the subscribe button is not a silly feature. The concept of the follow changed my life. It made my dreams come true as an artist. It took me from playing empty bars to living out my fantasy as a musician. The follow is a piece of internet architecture that felt closer to magic than anything I had ever experienced in my life. Right around the moment that Pamplemousse was starting to work, right through all of this, there was this genius named Kevin Kelly. Has anybody heard of Kevin Kelly, founder of Wired? Yeah, a bunch of people, okay. Amazing thinker and mind. He wrote an essay called 1,000 True Fans. And his premise was simple. It was that in the age of the internet, you don't need millions of fans to be successful. If you can just find 1,000 people who are willing to buy $100 of stuff from you per year, that's $100,000 per year, which is a pretty freaking great business as a creative person. You just need 1,000 true fans who really connect with you and believe in you. And this is different than just reaching people. It's even deeper than followers. This is super fans, true fans, real fans.
Huh. Where have I seen this before? This funnel shape before. Where have I seen this? I feel like I've maybe drawn this a few times. Let me see if I can find. Huh. Wow. I mean, look. I'm just saying, chat. Like, I could do these talks. I don't think I could do it as actually as well as him. He has like a great story that is like aligning with his talking points, where I'm just like, here's the information, here's facts. This is 100% correlated. This is the formula as a creator. This is it. This is why I talk about doing short form. That's where you get your reach. Your medium form for the people that come for more. Your long form is loyalty. Your long form is loyalty. Your true fans. Your live stream is full of loyalists. The folks that love what you're doing so much that they will spend hours of their day with you. Hanging out, chatting, watching you do whatever you're doing, waiting for you to come back from your potty break, and still being there. That's huge. Especially, again, these days, there's so much content out there. There's so many choices when it comes to who and what to watch. And it's funny to be like, you know, thanks for choosing my stream to watch. You know, we hope you've had a safe flight, and we, you know, wish you the best rest of your day. Because it's funny, you know, but it's true. Like, it's exactly how it is. And to have a single person choosing hours of their time to watch you is an honor. You know, when people get down on their viewership, and I get it, right? Like, I get the number is important. It has value. But that's 100 people that are just sitting here watching. So, yes, I have talked a lot about this. If you've ever watched my stream, I think I talk about this once a month. Maybe twice a month. I don't know. Has it been 2 times this month? This is beautiful. And again, it's funny because I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this video, like not even a second of this video. I just read a newsletter where it was recommended, and this is my pyramid. This is the pyramid that I've yelled about for years and years and years. Again, you want to grow as a streamer, go check out my website, Streamer Square. I do consulting. We have a premium program where I help coach and educate streamers. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. All right, let's continue.
Call it whatever you want. The idea is that there's this group of people that is your core. If reach means people see it, and follower means people want to see more, then true fans are the people who go to the shows and buy the merch and download the record and pay for the course and get the live stream tickets and all the things. And this idea—
I literally just said that. Get the live stream tickets. Go to the live stream. Buy the merch. Like, this is so validating. I just said this right before he just said, amazing.
Really resonated with me. We had fans showing up to Pamplemousse shows with tattoos of the band. We had fans literally making custom t-shirts of Pamplemousse, posters, drawings, artwork, cookies. We had a fan do icing of my face on a cookie. I ate my face. We had a fan who made an oil painting of me screaming my fucking guts out. I learned HTML. And I had a little website. I used this link release software called eJunkie, and I cobbled together like a little MP3 store for myself on the internet. And I would sell original music. And I was selling $500 a month of my original songs on my own website with my own shitty thing that I made. Fans were showing up to buy things, to be there. One time, we asked our Pamplemousse fans to come film a music video with us on a Saturday, like show up to Dolores Park in San Francisco, just show up and be in this music video. And 50 people showed up. They even learned this dance, and we shot this dance. And
oh my God, before the TikTok dances.
Another time, we would actually always use this software called Stage It, which was like a ticketed live stream software. So we could play our songs. People could buy tickets and show up live on the internet. And Natalie and I would just sit at home and play these songs for 45 minutes, and people would buy tickets and leave tips during the concert, and we would routinely make like $3 grand in 45 minutes playing our songs. It's like, these are true fans. Another time, Natalie raised over $100,000 for her record from just 2,000 people. Another time, we made a Pamplemousse album, and we went online on YouTube. We put up this video, and we said, hey, everybody, we have a new Pamplemousse album. It's not for sale. You can't buy it. You can't get the new Pamplemousse album. The only way to get the new Pamplemousse album is if you donate a book to the Richmond School District, and then send us the receipt for that book, and we will send you the Pamplemousse album for free. Just donate a book, super easy. We'll send you the album in the mail for free. And the Richmond School District ended up having to rent a shipping container to keep up with the packages.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 11,000 books that got sent to the Richmond School. It's like $140,000 worth of books. It was amazing. It felt incredible to see that many people show up for this.
That's so cool.
That's true fans.
I love that.
Real fans, super fans, call it whatever you want. But this was the concept that was rattling around in my head when I started Patreon 11 years ago. This is actually the first sketch of Patreon.
I don't know, how long is he gonna be on this page? Okay. Jack Conti is making / crafting music videos. He is getting $1,124 per video from 822 fans. Pay Jack $1 per music video. Cool. Love it.
I called up my co-founder, and he turned this into what is now Patreon. And the idea was very simple. It's like a membership platform where fans could sign up for a subscription payment to the creator, and the creator could run a membership and get paid for their work. I'm not going to tell the
this is so cool because, like, not only is this like his story really ties into the trends and the meta of being a creator, but also like what he personally experienced and went through to create Patreon. And I love learning about that, like how things get made and how like what inspires people to create, you know, projects or websites or services or businesses. Very cool.
Patreon founding story. I've told it a million times. But the company is now over 400 people, 11 years in. We have over 250,000 creators who have made over $3.5 billion on the platform, which I think of as proof, if we ever needed it, that the true fans are there and the true fans are ready. Okay. In the background, while Patreon was being formed, building over the last decade, the whole internet was again starting to shift. And if you think of the 90s as Web 1, the 2000s as Web 2, right around the 2010s, there was a new change happening. Facebook started experimenting with a new thing called ranking. And I realize most everybody here knows about this, but what ranking did was essentially it took the feed, which you can think of as a list of posts from creators that I follow, and it analyzed each and every post for how engaging it was. And if it wasn't engaging enough, Facebook would then take that post and push it down in the feed. In other words, they started ranking or ordering posts according to what was best for their business. This was actually great for Facebook. It was the right business decision for them and their company and their revenue model. But what it meant for creators was that for the first time since Web 2.0, my followers might not necessarily see my posts. And this idea of a subscription started to break down. If the person doesn't receive the things, it's not really a direct, true connection between a creator and their fans. It's not really a subscription. The channel of distribution is broken. And it creates another problem, too, around creative freedom, because now suddenly, my post has to be better than the other posts, according to a set of criteria that I don't know or have control of or even agree with. So instead of thinking, what do I want to make? What lights me up? What is the output that I want to create as an artist? What will my fans love? Instead of thinking those questions, now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what will the ranking algorithm favor? And that subconsciously or consciously changes my creative output to achieve Facebook's goals, not my goals as a creator. And if it were just Facebook doing this, fine, creators would just leave and post somewhere else. But it worked really well. It was great for Facebook's business. And people started spending even more time on the platform. So the other platforms had to compete. And YouTube launched the Cosmic Panda redesign, centering the entire company around watch time. And Twitter and Instagram followed with ranked feeds in 2016. And we only saw it in retrospect. But now I think of the 2010s as the decade of ranking. The decade when the original promise of the creator-led community, the true follow, was broken for the first time. I want to just do a quick aside here, because I know there's this big debate in the world about chronological feeds versus algorithmic feeds, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm a zealot on either of the two polarized sides. That's actually not the takeaway here. It's not how I think of it. I actually see problems with chronological feeds, because as a creator, if it's chronological, then you have to keep posting to stay on top. So I don't think that's necessarily the best way to build strong relationships either. The problem that I have is if you're going to change that, if you're going to adjust the way you create a feed, what is the purpose behind that? What is the intention behind that? Are you trying to create a place where you can build strength of relationship with your community, where your fandom gets energized over time, where people are guaranteed that subscription, where you get a direct connection with your community and your true fans? Is that it? Or is it maximizing attention? Is it maximizing watch time? Those are two very different goals and very different ways of organizing your entire product as a technology company. This one helps me as a creator, and this one hurts me as a creator. It hurts my community, it hurts my business, it hurts my creative output. I wish that it stopped there. But around the turn of the decade, a new company came onto the scene called TikTok. And TikTok had a much deeper impact in the ecosystem than I think anyone foresaw at the time. It wasn't just short-form vertical first video. That wasn't it. That's a red herring, I think. It was much more fundamental than that. TikTok said, we want to make the most engaging feed possible. This whole idea of a list of your subscriptions, forget about that. In fact, forget about the whole concept of subscriptions. TikTok started from the ground up with something totally different called For You, where each of these posts are chosen for me by TikTok instead of me choosing what's in my feed. And this completely abandoned the concept of the follow. But it worked. TikTok had 1 billion users by 2021, and traffic on the internet started flowing away from the legacy social companies and toward TikTok. So just like with Facebook and ranking, the other platforms had to compete. YouTube launched Shorts, Instagram launched Reels, and Twitter launched a For You feed as well. And within a couple of years, this whole system of organization for the internet, the creator-led community, started to fade into the past. I have really felt this personally as a creator in the last 4 years especially. My fans don't see as much of my stuff anymore.
Oh gosh, I'm like actually tearing up. Like I feel so sad. Like, first of all, I feel like as a content creator, I've been a creator for 10 years. So I've been a part of this transition on the forefront. You've been a creator on the internet, for any amount of time pre-2020, you get this. You feel this, it feels, I don't know. I feel sad. And I think, some interesting points are being brought up here about the fact that the algorithm really, it hinders your creative process, right? Yeah, because you have to create what's going to get clicks. And I think Twitter's a really great example of that concept. It totally just focused on this concept of engagement and writing and saying things just to get engagement. And what has happened is as time has gone on and the algorithm has just continues to serve very poorly, not what you're interested in, just what is getting engagement. And that's why I think Twitter has a lot of negativity, a lot of toxicity, a lot of outrage, and a lot of fake outrage, and just hostility in general. Because when you say something that's whatever, a thought you have, or something maybe more positive, versus when you have something very controversial or negative, something that incites outrage. I don't know if anything else out there really is in terms of getting engagement. We've really boiled it down to a few things. You've got your videos, your meme videos, right? So it's either it's really shareable, hey, look at this is funny, right? When something is funny, it gets shared. Hey, look at this. You know, you relate. Maybe you relate to it. Maybe you know someone who relates to it. Look at this. It's funny. Look at this. It's funny. It's either funny or it's outrageous. It's enraging. And I don't know if those get shared as much, but they definitely get very high engagement. And I think what has changed is the emphasis on comments. If you are trying to grow on TikTok, you're trying to grow on Twitter, even on YouTube, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Well, what motivates people to leave a comment? Think about what motivates people to leave a review on something that they bought, that they paid money for. Do you go back and you're like, I love this product. It's great. It's so helpful. No, most people only go back to be when they're mad and they want people to know, don't buy this. This is a waste of money. You know, you're motivated to respond because you are upset and you want them and you want other people around to know that you are upset. The emphasis on commenting in terms of value and engagement has just driven people to just do outrage baiting. Just incite the anger, get the comments, quote tweets, take that tweet, and now you're sharing it with the toxic comment with all of your following. You're directly driving more engagement to the bad tweet, but you get to have your take on it. And that slam dunk might get you a lot of likes. And now we have this cycle of you know, of just toxicity and anger. Now you have to build 7 different communities instead of one solid one. Yeah, because, well, everyone is everywhere and everyone can't get your content because of the algorithm. Like the following doesn't mean anything. I see people come in here and like, I probably have a good amount of regulars that have never followed, but I'm getting recommended to them because they've watched and they've engaged, but they don't even think about hitting the follow button. I mean, definitely the same with YouTube and TikTok. On Twitter, I will have people who regularly comment on my tweets, interact with me, and they don't follow. And at first I'm like, you know, it's a little frustrating. You're like, well, come on, toss me a follow. What are you doing? Like, come on, give me a bone here. Just hit the follow button. Like, what? How can you say you enjoy my content, but then you didn't even follow? But then I realized they probably don't even know they're not following. They probably don't even realize they're not following because like I'm on their feed consistently. And look, you can test this by going to Twitter, go engage with a tweet. You will find someone you're not following and engage. You will see more and more and more content from them. Are you able to see how long I've been a follower of your channel? It says that you've been following since April 2014. That is literally before I even started streaming. That you might be one of the earliest followers, and only your second. You're this is only the first time you talked. That's wild. I'm generally curious because I think you had to have been one of my first followers. You followed a month before I started streaming, when I was just like modding and hanging out on other people's channels. That's awesome. That is epic. Yeah, 10 years next month, guys. 10 years of streaming next month. We're gonna have a little party or something. I don't know. We gotta have a little celebration. Pop some champagne or something. What day of the week is May 31st? May 31st is a Friday. Perfect. Perfect. May 31st. We're gonna have to do a little party. Hey, Tim. I've been here for at least 3 weeks. What's up, Venelis? Thanks for the 112 months. Thank you so much. ADHD do be like that. I've had YouTubers that I watch religiously and assumed I followed them because I meant to at some point. No, ADHD was like, lol, no, we can't remember to do that. That's my birthday. Please party extra hard for my 41st. Yay! I love that. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, party. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I can't party like I could 10 years ago. That's for sure. All right. Wow. Well, we got lots of lurkers here. I love it. It's so cool to hear from people that haven't spoken but have been literally following me for 10 years. Especially considering how much my content has changed. Like, I mean, 10 years is a long time. I did, you know, variety gaming for 8 of those years, and then pivoted to something completely different. So it's kind of remarkable to see people that, you know, are still somehow around. I don't know what you're doing here. Half of you guys don't even stream. I'm like, why are you watching me like rant about how streamers need to grow and what streamers need to do? Like, what? It is impressive. End up having to take a long break from streaming, but hopefully I'm getting ready to start up again. Nice, Doom. Well, best of luck, and yeah, if you haven't checked out my website, Streamer Square, you should. We do courses and we do seminars, live seminars and stuff. So these are the true fans. This is true. Y'all are the true fans. All right, let's keep going.
It's harder to sell tickets to a show. It's harder to reach people with my new work. It's harder to build community. It's harder to build a business. It's harder to energize my fans. I'm just curious, for the creators in the audience, are you feeling this too? Are folks in the room feeling this? I'm seeing nodding heads, raised hands. Yes, okay.
Yes.
I just feel it.
Yes.
What's happening here is we are in the middle of another shift. And this is a big one. If the 90s was Web 1, and the 2000s was Web 2, and the 2010s was ranking, I'm worried that the 2020s could become the death of the follower. I got an email from a creator that I was spending a lot of time with a little while ago, about a year and a half ago. And I got this email, my heart just sank in my stomach. Can we get the slide up? Great. Hey, Jack. I'm writing this letter to you hat in hand. Due to changes at Facebook, overnight the traffic to my links and my pages dropped by 80%. As such, it looks like I'll have to sell my home. I'm dusting off my resume and looking for jobs in social media management. This is now more, I'm seeing more and more of things like this. And it's not just happening to create.
Okay, we gotta talk about this. We have to seriously talk about this because I have been observing this trend, and I've talked about this trend where more and more I am seeing streamers who have been doing this, even streamers that have been doing this for a long time, start to get part-time jobs, start to get full-time jobs while balancing streaming. Some people have just quit streaming altogether. This is absolutely just so felt. I thought this was a more hitting Twitch maybe a little bit harder because we do have, as a platform, we have a much smaller market than other platforms. Revenue-wise, though, I think that Twitch as a streamer, like, I think streamers do typically perform pretty well compared to sites that are more driven by ads. When you only make money from ads, you need a lot of views out there. But if you can have, again, like what Jack was saying, but what was written by this one dude, you have 1,000 true fans that give you $100. That's $100K a year, and which seems kind of easy if you think about it, but really it's not. It's definitely not that easy, especially these days. So yeah, I mean, I felt like Twitch was getting hit particularly hard because a lot of the revenue is just optional. No one here has to pay to watch this stream. No one is obligated to give a single cent to watch this stream or any stream on Twitch. You can watch as much content as you want for free. And this isn't unique. TikTok does this, YouTube does this. You can consume content for free. The difference is there's advertising. There's advertising, and so you are, you know, when you don't have to, if something is free, then, you know, you're the product, right? Like, that's a pretty common saying. Your data, your viewing habits, your eyeballs, for advertisers. And that's why Twitch, not only Twitch, but also creators on Twitch have started to run more ads. I'm sure that you have seen it. If you watch other streamers, you probably have seen it. We run ads here every hour automatically. I try to call them out as they come, but sometimes I don't. And I think people are getting more okay with watching the ads. But Twitch is still trying to figure out that revenue situation. It's not as easy to run ads over live content. It can have a negative impact. Ads in a YouTube video, it's fine. You're not missing anything. You know it's coming. It's whatever. You can skip them sometimes, right? You swipe and you see an ad on TikTok, you can swipe right past it. I'd say about half of the streamers I normally watch have started getting non-streaming jobs. Yeah. The COVID boom is definitely busted. Yeah. Hey, head on. How's it going? I was a sub a long time ago. Came back today to see I wasn't following. No wonder I didn't see you for a while. Ugh. Resonate, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah. That's unfortunate. It does cost the troll. Yeah, I mean, it does cost a troll. Trolling is not included in the package. Trolling is 300 bits per troll. So, anyways, wow, super interesting. It is definitely very validating to this talk is pretty much summarizing what I've been talking about probably for the last year. What I felt and what I've seen across streaming in the last year. This trend of more streamers getting jobs, pivoting out of the industry, trying to juggle job and streaming together. It's I guess I always attributed it to the economy. The economy has changed. Things cost more. Again, you don't have to pay to watch a stream. You can sub optionally. You can tip optionally. But that's happening far less because things cost more. The things you need cost more. Like groceries cost more. And so to attribute it to the way that algorithms have changed in a way where you as a creator don't really matter. And as a viewer, you're not really following people. You're not really following us. And even if you are, I'm not saying followers are bad and viewers are, screwing us over. Obviously, I'm not saying that. Even without any fault, you're even if you want to see everything that person A puts out there, you hit the follow button. You want to see their content. You probably won't see their content. You won't see all their content for sure. This is even when I got engaged at TwitchCon. That was pretty everyone should have, you know what I mean? It was a very a big thing that happened. And there's still people months later that probably don't even know. And they probably follow me on Twitter. They follow me on Twitch. They don't even know. So yeah, I mean, it's again through no fault of content consumers. The algorithm has just been flipped on its head, and that's why when I do my going live tweets, I ask you to comment on it, like it, give it a comment, because it actually will help for you to see more of my content. That's what I'm doing. Not only will it help you see more of my content on Twitter, but it also will help surface my content to others, either followers or not.
Creators, it's happening to anyone who posts stuff on the internet. It's happening to media companies. Look at what's happening to Vice and BuzzFeed and Rooster Teeth's announcement a couple weeks ago. This is a really hard change to navigate for anyone who's posting stuff online and trying to build community and business. For the creators in the room, I think it's really important to remember that and to understand that. If you're not connecting as much as you want to with your audience right now, that does not necessarily mean there's something wrong with you. A lot of us as creators have this tendency to be like, oh, what can I do better? And that's a good impulse, honestly. It's like growth mindset. How am I contributing to this? What can I do better? And again, I think most of the time that's really good. But there is also something happening in the background right now. It's a macro thing that's happening on the web that makes our jobs as creators really hard right now. There's a lot of smart people at big companies that are well-funded, big media companies trying to figure this out too, and they're having trouble with it too. So as creators, just know that. It doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with you here. I believe that this problem is the single most important problem that faces creative people today, the weakening of creator-led communities, of our distribution channels to our fans. This is the hardest, most challenging, and most painful issue threatening the present and the future of creativity on the internet. So I want to be very clear about this. I don't think that this is going to happen. I don't think that we're actually going to see the real death of the follower. That's not what I think is going to happen. I think the follow is too important to die. I think it's too valuable to ignore. I think it's too useful and awesome for creative people, for publishers, for media companies. And I think the next wave of internet and media technology companies are going to surge on this problem and try to solve it. And it's actually already started. And the incumbent social platforms, they're not going to be able to fight it because their revenue relies on maximizing attention. To drive their businesses, they're being forced up towards discovery, towards reach, personalization, algorithmic curation. These are the levers that drive attention, and therefore they drive their strategies. That's why there's a hole already opening up and why we're starting to see a whole new set of companies emerge that look fundamentally different from the legacy social landscape. Discord and Kajabi and Fourth Wall and Gumroad, Moment, which Patreon acquired last year, the courses platforms, events companies. Some people are calling this subset of companies the creator economy. I don't even think of it like that. It's a fundamental shift in approach. And the hallmark strategy of the drivers of these businesses is the focus on deeper connections, as opposed to just more connections. The true fan, the real fan, call it whatever you want. It's the 5% of fans that drive 90% of the community and business. This is a direct-to-fan business. This is an ads business. This is about depth of connection. This is about maximizing attention. This is about deeper fans. This is about more fans. And what binds this new wave of emerging companies is that their strategic focus is down here. The next decade of creative and media technology companies will focus on building direct-to-fan connections and community strength. As creators, we'll still need the social platforms. We'll still need those companies up here for discovery, for reach. We need that. But those companies will be one component of the many tools that we have as creative people to help us run our communities and businesses. That's where the world is going. I'm sure of it. And personally, right now, I feel a sense of responsibility through this. I feel a sense of responsibility because I remember what it feels like to be a creator on the outside of these platforms, watching the internet move in a direction that I don't agree with, and that I don't like, and that I don't think is good for my community or my business. I remember what that feels like. I remember feeling anxiety. I remember feeling fear. I remember being scared of where that was going and what it meant for me. And now, through whatever crazy life path I have been on as an artist, I'm now finding myself as a CEO of one of these fucking tech companies, and I feel this sense of I want to help build the type of internet that I want as a creator. That's what I want to do. So I really don't want this talk to feel like a Patreon ad. Actually, I really hope it doesn't. But I do want to give you a sense of how I'm thinking about this problem, given this seat that I'm in, and how Patreon is now thinking about this problem, and what we think our place is in it, and what we want to do about it. And the headline is this. It's been 20 or 30 years, and the current version of how art and community exists on the internet today, I don't think is the right version. How community and art exists on the web. I don't think it's the right way. And I want Patreon to contribute to building a better version of how art and community could exist on the internet. We've oriented the whole company around this problem. And we've been building a lot in the background over the last couple of years, but we made some big announcements a couple months ago about the next phase of Patreon and how we're thinking about this problem. Specifically, we started as a membership platform 11 years ago, subscription payments. But we have built a lot, especially in the last 3 years, in an effort to take a more holistic approach to solving this. We built video, community, podcasting, better posting, a new media player, commerce, free membership, which is essentially like a follow gated on an email, and live. And while this might look like a lot, it's actually just 3 things: media, community, and business. And we're now thinking of Patreon no longer as a membership platform, where we started, but as this whole thing, the media, community, and business foundation for the next decade of professional creativity on the internet, organized around the concept of the true follow, in an effort to build a better way that art can exist on the web. That's the theory. That's what the company is setting out to solve now. And in practice, what that looks like is a new set of products and tools that we built into Patreon. This is our first foray into community. And essentially, this allows fans to connect with each other and build energized fandoms, and creators to hop in there and talk with fans. And it's a place for true fandom. Why do we build this? What's the thinking? What's the strategy and the idea behind this? Here's why. As a creator on the internet today, I can get subscribers and I can get views, and if I can send my fans to Instagram or TikTok and they can be there, but what I've noticed is those communities degrade over time. They don't get energized over time, they get de-energized. It gets harder and harder to reach those people. I make a post, I reach 2% of my audience, I reach 1% of my audience. I lose touch with those people, and there's no way for me to find those real fans, those true fans, the small portion of my fans that drive everything for me as a creator. The way we're building this and what I want as a creator is a place where I can send my fans, and that fandom gets energy over time. That fandom gets closer. That fandom gets more vibrant, more connected over time, more enthusiastic over time. That's what I want as a creator. That's the space that I want to have as a creative person. Creators deserve a place like that. That is important. It's important for the future of creativity. Okay, another thing that we built is commerce. Commerce allows creators to sell a digital thing, an episode, a bonus episode, a download, a course, anything that you can sell online, any digital thing. Why did we build this? Why did we build commerce? Because creators send lots of people to their Patreon, millions of people to their Patreon pages every month. What we found is a lot of those people are true fans. They're like the really intense, interested, excited fans. But not all of those fans.
Honestly, this is like making me think that Twitch maybe needs to like better embrace the level of loyalty that exists on the platform. Give creators more tools that allow them to leverage that relationship. So, for example, you can make merch on Twitch, but it's hidden, it's underdeveloped, I don't even know. It's very bare bones. I think Twitch should acquire Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall is literally solving Twitch's problem, which is very funny. It's obviously still like a creator problem, right? Of like, how do you provide? It's a commerce. Like, how do you provide a place of not only merch, but yeah, just like creator made stuff. A creator, like a hub for a specific creator that you really love. I feel like there's so much that Twitch should be doing in that regard. Like, we get it. We have bits. We have well, they tried to do like a super chat, a hype chat or whatever. We've got bits, we've got subs. Like, there's so much, like subs, tiered subs. Like, you have Patreon Lite already. I think that there's just so much that they could do. They had, I don't know if they still do, but they had a Discord-like interface, and they just never brought these together in like a full integration of like being like a community hub. Yeah. And they're doing more discovery stuff, which is good. But again, it's discovery in a pool of, 10% of what other platforms have. It's still very limited. But I think that there's more opportunity to maximize, like the loyalist diehard fan with the creator. Give the fan value, give them product, let the creator create that value, and just facilitate that. Yeah, Mr. Ruggery, exactly. Twitch needs to facilitate creators to add value to subs, yes.
Are ready to pay with a subscription payment. In fact, a lot of them don't want to pay a subscription payment. A lot of them And why? Why don't they want to pay? Well, either they have subscription fatigue, which is a real thing, or they're not in the right financial situation, or they don't want to commit to a payment every month, but they're still true fans. And rather than having those true fans leave the creator, we want to give creators a way to start forming connections with those fans, to build businesses with those fans. And so we built commerce as a way for the true fans that aren't yet ready for a subscription payment, they can now participate in the creator's business and community through this commerce product. And meanwhile, the creator can build an awesome business along the way too. The logic is very similar for free membership. Why do we build free membership? What is free membership, by the way? Think of this as like a follow gated on your email. So it's kind of like an email capture, almost, as a creator. It allows a fan to follow your page without paying in exchange for giving them your email. And it's the same logic as commerce. Creators are sending their true fans millions every month to their Patreon pages. And we wanted to give creators a way to reach that portion of their fans that they go to the shows, they have the merch, they have the hat, they're true fans, but for whatever reason, they don't want to buy one of the things you have digitally, and they don't want to pay a subscription. And this allows creators to continue forming relationships with those fans. And what's super exciting about this is we have found that about 40 to 50% of these fans actually say that they intend to pay the creator in the next few months. They have high intention to be a part of the creator's community and business.
So I want to say I'd love to get chat's opinion on this, because y'all are the subscribers. You know, I don't interact much in this way anymore. Like, I don't, like, really sub to anyone, or, like, you know, I just don't really interact. I don't really consume enough content, again, from, like, a singular person. So I'd love to kind of know, do you feel, and I still feel this way, like, fatigued on subscriptions and the concept? Like, I think from a business standpoint, it's a great concept. But as the subscriber, I mean, look at everything that has a subscription now. This is why I'm concerned about Twitch raising sub prices. I get that the value of $5 is just far less impactful than it was, you know, 10 years ago when Twitch was, you know, first around. Like, I definitely get that. But again, you're optionally giving money. You're not, there is some value that's delivered there, but this is not paywalled content. So you're just optionally subscribing. Meanwhile, you have Netflix, Hulu, Disney, all these services that are raising their prices once or twice a year, constantly increasing the cost, and everything's paywalled, and you have to have 1 million subscriptions to get the content you want. We are reinventing cable for the digital landscape. It's tiring. It is tiring. I'm totally fatigued on subscriptions. I've canceled all mine except Turbo. I'd rather tip the creator directly when I feel led. Yeah. I don't like recurring systems. I'd rather come into a stream of a small creator, just drop $100 or something because it is a Tuesday and I like their content. I have a couple streamers that I still subscribe to, but it's more of a desire to support other LGBTQ people who benefit from them having Twitch see them as having more subscribers. That's valid. Subscribing sucks. It's too much of a commitment. I actually sub more on YouTube because it can be $1 and feels like better value. Yeah, the Twitch raising their prices has me concerned. I actually canceled Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus in favor of the integration I get with the Twitch Turbo sub. Yeah, I mean, I cancel my subs. I manually renew. If I will go and I'll pop a sub to a creator that I'm watching. And then I will immediately turn off auto renew because I probably won't come back for months. I think it does tie to the fact that it's just harder to keep track of a singular person and their journey. And again, as someone who is managing a budget, we have a lot of things we're trying to save money for. You know, I can't let these things add up. I mean, it's very easy to accumulate hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a month in subscription charges. I am subscriber fatigued, plus most places have bumped up their prices recently, so I subscribe for a little while now to watch what I want, then cancel, yeah. What's up, CG? Hey, more. I'd rather gift a couple subs here and there than sub myself, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I remember having a conversation with the folks over at YouTube Gaming. And previously, I don't know if they've changed this, but you had to subscribe, or sorry, it's a different term. For some reason, it's join, like join a membership. Okay, whatever. We'll call it subscribe. You had to subscribe yourself before you could gift subs. And I remember like having a feedback session where I was like, this is way too many steps. It's very confusing. Anyone should be able to gift any amount of subs at any time. And they're like, so you think people would gift subs even if they're not sub themselves? And I'm like, yes. Yes, this actively happens. This actively happens every day in my channel. Literally earlier today, there was someone gifting subs before they were subbed. Yes. I should cancel some streaming subs. I have hit my limit though, and if I have to subscribe to some other service to watch me, I just go without. Yeah. That's why I like bits for that instead of subs. Thank you, Booksnail. I also despise how flaky streamers can be. I'll stick with a streamer that starts on time and ends on time. Yeah, I mean, look, I definitely get that for sure. As a streamer, I can feel how like, you know, just the number of things we have to juggle these days is it's hard to keep up, hard to keep track. A lot of things to juggle. All right, let's continue. Also, hi Dan.
And this gives creators a way to start building community with those folks. Okay, we also acquired a live experiences platform called Moment, and I don't even want to call it ticketed live streaming because it's not. It's so much more beautiful than that. Arjun and the team did such an incredible job building this place for creators to sell tickets to these live experiences, and they can debut their work. A stand-up special, a movie that they've made, a special episode that they know is going to be a total banger. Whatever it is, it allows creators to sell tickets to that experience and then have community with those fans while they're all watching it together. And they've launched amazing creators, Tame Impala and Bieber, and they've worked with folks like Andrew Schultz, and it's just an awesome way for creators to have that live community experience and start gathering those community members around their work.
By the way, y'all, heads up, there's gonna be an ad about to play in 3 seconds. Just so you know. Subs are never going to be a good ecosystem. It's relying too much on someone being nice. I don't think I'd ever do it full time, being at the mercy of someone being nice. I mean, look, it's mostly, that's more of a Twitch problem than anything else. There is some value with subs. You do get some emotes, which is cool. But also, again, the ecosystem is flooded with emotes. You know, there's so many emotes out there. It's just like, and so that is actually actively devalued over time, I think. I think that with like, let's say Patreon or even YouTube, you can create value. They give you tools to create value for your spend. Things like exclusive content, behind the scenes pictures, you know, private chats and community subscriber communities. Twitch doesn't have any of that. It's all up to the creator to make that work. And it falls apart. It falls apart, especially when it's not like in-house. It's not like, if you want to keep up with me on Twitch, you have to go to my Discord. Those are 2 separate programs, and everyone is a part of hundreds of Discord servers. If you follow 100 people on Twitch, you're never keeping up with their server. The Twitch ecosystem is, to me, very flawed and just all over the place, and a lot of it just relies on third parties for keeping things together. I mean, that's why I used to talk so much about Twitter and you know, keeping up with Twitter, because it's a great place to communicate changes and news and updates, and there's no way to do that on Twitch. They had a way. They used to have like a content feed, and they got rid of it before I think it could have been super valuable. And they axed it. And it was very jank. But I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's literally what Patreon does, and they make billions off of this model. It's not like a crazy idea. It's all about facilitating that connection. What's up, Hasselhoff? You think YouTube's community tab on a channel has better hope than Twitch plus Discord? Better hope? I don't know what you mean by that, but I do know that YouTube's community tab has discovery and a feed. Whereas Discord, you have to choose to go into a specific server in order to gather information about what is happening with that creator. On YouTube, it's part of your feed. You're scrolling and you're finding videos and posts of creators that you're following, and that's recommended to you. So Discord, again, Discord server, and this is why for smaller creators, I'm like, don't bother. Just don't bother yet. Like, there's no point because it's only for your ride or die fans. And they have to, and Discord is the same problem. There's so many servers, people mute notifications. Once someone mutes your server, you might as well kick them out because they're never coming back. They're never coming back. They're never seeing what you're up to. They're never checking in. And that's why I'm like, avoid pinging everyone as much as you can. Because people will mute and there is no going back. You are dead to them. So I think Discord has tons of issues. Private interactions with or things like photo sets from creators always feels very parasocial. Subscribing makes me feel less creepy. You don't have to log in to view your YouTube, view the YouTube community tag. If the posts are public. But it's also, again, it's content, the content you're already consuming, and then just more stuff in the same platform. Versus Twitch where none of that stuff is like inherent. Geldheim, thanks for the 73 months. How you doing, Geldheim? All right, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. We did it.
Okay, so all that to say, the way we're thinking about it, and the way we're thinking about this next phase is that we're not just a membership company anymore. We're a true fan company. We're a creator company. We're building a better way for art and community to exist on the internet. Because I want Patreon to build an...
So this is why, just really quick, this is why Twitch, I think, needs to like do more, like listen to this talk, honestly. Because Twitch is firmly down here. This is Twitch as a whole platform. Is this section. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of this, and there could be a little bit of that at the top, like a little bit. But it's mostly here, and it's definitely mostly here. So you have to build monetization down here. And they're doing a little bit of this.
We're a creator company. We're building a better way for art and community to exist on the internet. Because I want Patreon to build an internet where creators have true creative freedom. I want Patreon to contribute to a web where creators have control of their businesses and their careers. And I want it to feel like fire to be part of a creator's community. I know what it feels like to be part of an energized community. I remember it. And I have that same conviction now that I did back in 2013 when I started Patreon. I know that it is possible to build an internet where fandoms thrive and where professional creativity is possible for anyone. I believe this in my bones. It is not a choice, it's not optimism, it's just deep down what I actually know to be available to humanity if that is the path that we choose. Okay. That's what Patreon is doing. It's how we're thinking about this future and Patreon's place in it. But for the creators in the audience, we don't have to wait. Creators don't have to wait for this. Over the last decade, I've talked to thousands of creative people. I've had my own creative projects. I've learned a lot. And I want to share just a few thoughts about navigating the shifts in the internet and how we can all prepare ourselves and our communities for those shifts. And we don't even need to wait for any of the tech platforms to catch up. Can I get next slide? Great. The first, invest in those true fans. Invest in the depth of connection, not just new. It's not all about new views, new subscribers, watch time up and to the right. It's about depth. It's about quality of interaction. It's about finding that small portion of your fans that are your engine, that are your core, and then figuring out how to reach them. By the way, sometimes when I talk about this, creators think, well, does that mean like DMs? Like, should I be talking to individual fans? No, not necessarily. That's not actually what I mean. I mean finding those people and building real connections with them in whatever capacity you have. And my team will probably kill me for saying this, but it's not even using Patreon. There's like a bunch of ways that you can do this, right? Like you can do it via email lists. You can get a Discord. You could get a Patreon if you want. I'm a little biased, but I think you could. You could find some other place where you can build that community with your true fans. The point is find those people and invest in that community. That is the engine that will drive your business, slingshot your business through these shifts in the internet. Okay, the second thing, make beautiful things. There is so much tension, especially right now, to make for the algorithm. And I've seen the diagrams, I've seen the charts, I've even drawn them in my Instagram. You know, make for the algorithm, make for yourself, and then make the things that help you build a business, and you sort of, there's a Venn diagram, the little center part, and that's the sweet spot. I've seen all that. And I get that. But the gravity, everywhere we look as creators today, the gravity is just pushing us. It's just pushing us toward making for other reasons than why we set out to make things in the first place. It's so important to remember to make beautiful things, to make things that light you up, and to make things that you care about. There's a wonderful metaphor that I love. It's a business metaphor, but it makes sense for creators too, I think. It's a metaphor of the business of the hot dog stand under the Eiffel Tower or the local restaurant. And the hot dog stand on the Eiffel Tower gets thousands of new customers coming through their hot dog stand every day, right? Because there's tourists just coming through. And they know they're gonna get lots and lots of new customers. None of those people come back, but it doesn't matter, because they're just always getting new customers every day because of the Eiffel Tower. And they just make hot dogs and sell them. And some portion of those customers buy their hot dogs. Actually, don't even have to be very good hot dogs, right? They just like sell hot dogs. They know they're gonna keep making money. And that business works. Like, it works. It's an okay business. There's another business, which is the local restaurant business, where the people there just focus on making great food and having great service. And they actually are not in a place that gets a lot of foot traffic, so they don't get lots of new customers. But everybody in like a 5-mile radius eats there twice a month. And they just get lots of repeat customers because they've built trust, and they've built depth of connection with those people, and people know that restaurant and love it, know they're gonna have a great time when they're there. That is a great business. You don't have to get lots of new and billions and acquisition, and that's not the only type of business you can build as a creator. There's this wonderful group of creators, oh my God, I've fallen in love with them. Anybody heard of the YouTube New Wave? Somebody heard of these folks? Seen some hands? It's this group of creators, they make these wonderful 30, 45-minute long-form films, mini documentaries about their lives and their struggles coming into the world and quitting college, and they're beautiful. It's incredible. They're patient, they're slow, the films are long, but oh my God, the depth of the message in these films is incredible, and they're building such a strong community around their work. People just love what they have to say and can't wait to see the next one. That's a real business. That's a real community. It's different than what we're incentivized to do everywhere on the internet, but that works. Okay, the last thing. Ooh, that was loud. Know what you want. The hardest lesson I have learned as a creative person and as an operator and CEO over the last 10 years is to know and trust what I want.
1.25x.
And to be true to that over time. That's easier said than done. Don't let somebody else tell you what you want, because then you'll end up with what they want instead of what you want. I think a good example of that is, as creators, we open up our dashboards and we see these metrics on what success is. This is a dashboard that someone else built for us, and it tells us what we want. And the weird thing is, after a couple of years, we start to believe that. Like, our minds get reprogrammed, and we believe this is what I want. This is success, and we chase that. If you went back in time and you asked Ella Fitzgerald or David Bowie or Prince, what do you want? What's your goal as an artist? What matters to you? Do you think Bowie would have said, my goal as an artist is to maximize the amount of human hours spent consuming my work? I don't know what Bowie wanted. I'm not gonna pretend to. But I can tell you what I want as an artist. I can tell you what matters to me as a creative person. And what I know will matter to me 10 years ago, now, and 10 years from now. I wanna say something that matters to somebody. I wanna say something that only I can say because of whatever experience I've had in my lived experience, something that is uniquely pointed to me. I want to say that. I want to figure out how to say that. I want to find that core of human truth in my experience and communicate it eloquently and clearly and have it be true and feel true and have someone else see that and have that person think, yes, that feels true, and it feels true to them. And then I want that person to feel connected to me even though we've never met before in our lives. But I said a thing that resonated with them and made them feel a little bit less alone because they felt like there was another person who had that same experience. I want to make things that are timeless. I want to make things that feel true now. I want to make things that feel true in 50 years. I want to make things that still feel true 500 years after I'm dead. I want to figure out how to use my short years on this planet to find that kind of truth and say it. That's what I want as an artist. And that's a very different goal than watch time. That may not be what you want as an artist, and that's okay. But the point is to know what you want, what matters to you. What are you trying to achieve as a creative person? We have this tendency to look outside for those answers. I do it too. This advice is honestly more for me than it is for anybody else in this room. We want there to be a Yoda. We want there to be a leader or a manager or a voice of authority that can tell us what we want, because it's a scary thing to ask. But that does not exist. What we want comes intrinsically, not extrinsically. It comes from in here. That's where we find it. So as we navigate this next phase of the internet as creative people, as we go through these ups and downs of the web in its ever-evolving state, do not forget what matters to you as an artist. Do not forget what fills you with pride to make. Do not forget your purpose for making things in the first place. Don't forget why you wake up in the morning and devote your time and energy to your craft. Don't forget what gives you a sense of meaning as a creative person. And lastly, don't forget to scream your fucking guts out. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, yeah, that was definitely very good. I mean, I was hoping it was gonna be good, and it ended up being really, really good. Wow. Yeah, let's give another round of applause there. Very, yeah, I mean, very well illustrated. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to get y'all's thoughts on it. You know, I've definitely said how I feel. It's definitely hard, you know, like, let me be transparent here. I mean, I've always said, like, you should follow your passion. And I like, it sounds so corny. And, you know, I think Jack maybe says it in a way that resonates a little bit differently, maybe a little bit better than just like, follow your passion. And, you know, it's kind of like, follow your heart. And, you know, maybe people shrug that off because it's like, whatever, it's so, yeah, of course, follow my heart, whatever. But man, I really do see, you know, so many people that are just like, they're just chasing. And, you know, they just want to do what they see everyone else doing because they think that that's what works. And my point has always been to do ultimately what you really want to do, because you're going to have to do it a lot. You're going to have to be the place for that thing. And it's going to be the reason why you do the things you do. If you're just playing the most popular game and you're going through the motions and you're putting out the latest TikTok that's from your stream, like, you're going to inevitably burn out. Or you're just not going to be creative in a way that makes you stand out. I have personally experienced burnout. I have also struggled with, like, figuring out why people watch me play games, like, in the moment. Like, why do people gravitate to my stream? Like, I'm not doing anything interesting. And that's ultimately why I moved away from gaming, was because I burnt out. I was just going through the motions and I wasn't doing what I was passionate about. And sure, you know, I'm not, how do I put this? It's how do I put this in a way that makes sense? Because there's so many different layers there. I don't think I'm less successful. Maybe my stream is smaller than it used to be, but that's because I don't really stream as much anymore. It's not really you know, any other factor than just, you know, being burnt out with streaming in general. But when I do stream and when I do create, I am passionate about it, and I love doing it. And when you're a creator for a long period of time, you're gonna have some moments of burnout, and that's fair and that's valid. And sometimes you're just gonna be really burnt out with what you're doing. So, you know, for me, I don't classify myself as like a full-time creator because I have a full-time job. So I can't qualify myself as being both. I still create content. Definitely not as much as I used to. You know, I deeply burnt out with just streaming as a whole and creating content as a whole because yes, it was about the algorithm and what gets impressions and, you know, feeding into like the outrage and toxicity on Twitter, but also the passion and not having the growth. And so what I want as a creator, you know, is I want, like I want to help others and I want to educate others. And I want to be able to just say my piece when I want to say it. I think for me, it's a factor of when. When am I having these conversations? And I want it to be in my own time. I don't want it to be on content creator time, which is every single day, like recording new videos and streaming and doing the thing and tweeting and writing the newsletter and doing all these different things. I feel like a octopus lady with like all these different arms doing all these different things. You know, you have to find what works with you in your situation. My advice may be try to post on TikTok every day. But that doesn't mean going through the process of recording and scripting and editing out a TikTok every single day. I mean, this is why I talk a lot about leveraging your live stream, right? Finding content, but also creating content that will work on short form during your live stream. I think that's really key. It's finding these shortcuts, right? That's finding these opportunities to, you know, maximize what you're looking for. Maximize your opportunity to grow. With live streaming, you're talking to your fans. You're talking to your true fans. You're talking to your most loyal fans. There is a balance to be had here, I feel, with what you're doing with your live stream and what you're doing for short form. And everyone's situation is going to be different. I can't, and maybe this is why I don't use Twitter as much, because you only get like a sentence or two, and it's hard to provide full context or like, you know, full you know, the conditionals, like, okay, this advice applies to these certain people who are trying to achieve this certain thing and they have this amount of time and they have this amount of motivation, this is the niche that they're part of it. It's really hard to, you know, be able to say ideally what you want to do is X, Y, and Z. Now what you can do, this is where, like, you know, the more one-on-one conversations really benefit from, is like understanding your goals and your needs. It's one of the first things I ask. You do a consulting call with me. It's, well, give me your elevator pitch. Tell me about your history with streaming. What's your current schedule and what are your goals? Because, you know, it's all about finding the right things to do with the time you have. You're not gonna be able to do it all. If you think that you can do what the top creators are doing, you can't. And the reason why is they're not better than you. They just have a team. Like, the top creators have a team. They're not editing all their content. They're not recording all the things. They have a team. Now, if you've got income, I mean, you can have that team. And then maybe you can start to do what they're doing. But they have an edge. So don't just try to emulate the work habits of the top creators that are around here. Oh, Twitter, let's tell us a story in small, out of order chunks. I know. Twitter is hard to function in. Everything you said is true, but it's sort of like talking about the value of human compassion in the face of neoliberal capitalism. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'm kind of like the last point, which is like, you know, do what you want to do, but like there is the nature of the beast, and I, you know, like I can't say just follow your passion, just do it, and just like do it whenever you want, and do whatever you want, and just have fun, and just do, and just vibe. Like realistically, obviously you should always follow like what you're passionate about. I've just explained that, but you also have to be mindful of the trends and the algorithm and the meta. These are things that if you want to become a full-time creator, you have to be mindful of. Don't have to obsess over it. You do have to understand it. And there is also something to be said where you're creating content that is for the reach versus creating content that's for your fans. And again, live streaming, great opportunity because live streaming content is for your fans, but there are moments peppered in your live stream that will make for good, wider reach opportunities. So by live streaming and leveraging clips to be posted on socials is a really great balance. Again, you're not sitting down and recording separate videos and recording separate TikToks. If that's something that maybe is needed, then you balance that by streaming less. And you balance these things hand in hand. You just don't do it all the time. I find that you have been striving for this for a very long time. It's always been abundantly clear that is much of why I followed you. Your growth as a creator and a person in the short time I've been following you is always a joyous thing to see your fervent pursuits. Thank you, CBM. And also short time that you've been following me. I mean, you've been following me like a quarter of my streaming career, okay? But yeah, I mean, look, I'm an Aquarius, okay? I pretty much fit the Aquarius profile to a T. I'm not like big on the astrology thing. I don't know my moons, or I can't tell you the personality traits of like any other sign except Cancer because Christy's a Cancer. So, but yes, I am Aquarius to a T. I have a just desire to help others, and even when it's, you know, I overcommit or go above and beyond, I just want to help others succeed. I love seeing people win. I feel that the economic viability of being a content creator was obviously a part of this talk, but it sort of faded into the back as he got to the point in his narrative where he became successful. Yeah, so and that's why, like, yes, like do what you want to do as a creator, but that doesn't mean like just forget that there are algorithms or there are certain things that you need to be mindful of or certain metrics that you do need to pay attention to as a creator, especially if you're, you know, smaller and you're trying to get noticed, right? I think if you're coming from the perspective of like you need that reach, you don't have fans, maybe, you know, you don't have the fans to do anything with. How you don't have 1,000 fans that will give you $100. So yeah, it was a little bit like, you know, kind of like perfect world situation. So, but I obviously, like, I think there's plenty of really valuable things to take away from it. And again, amazing that pyramid. I'm gonna have to tweet like a side by side of that pyramid. I gotta find it again in the video. Because that is that was wild. This pyramid, I need to find, yeah, there we go. This pyramid is literally a pyramid, a funnel that I've been drawing on stream probably once a month. I can't get over that. That is like, this is what I've been trying to pound into everyone's heads. So that was amazing. When you got to the new platforms, I mentioned Discord. That was very interesting to me. Discord is where I was able to get a lot of easy reach on content, but I was already embedded in communities too. I mean, so that's like how I got my start on Twitch was I was not Discord. Discord didn't exist, but on Twitch, I was embedded in communities. I was very active chatter. I had, you know, my friends I was saying hi to every single day. So when I started streaming, my first stream, I had 25 people watching concurrently. And I mean, I didn't realize it at the time. Like, I wasn't like, oh, let me just strategically do this thing. It was like, I just was watching Twitch. I didn't even want to stream. And then, you know, my friends online were the ones that were like pushing me to do it. So it's, I mean, that is networking. It is networking, and networking has such like a hoity-toity kind of like connotation, but that is essentially what networking is, which is like embedding yourself into other communities. And if you create content that's related to the communities you're a part of, then people will also watch your content. Logo didn't even want to talk to people back in the days. Oh my gosh. I know, I was so shy. So shy. I remember having like a little TeamSpeak server before the Discord days. All right, so I'm gonna link this video for anyone who wants to watch it, anyone who wants to rewatch it, anyone who wants to share it. Throw it in the chat. Yeah, like I said, I got this linked in a newsletter or something, and I've been wanting to watch it for a rainy day. Unfortunately, we didn't get to our other topic about the Dreamhack stuff today, but that's fine. We can talk about that next week. $15 Logitech headset. Yeah, like, I mean, maybe, yeah, 15 bucks. I'm pretty sure at one point, I want to say it was like broken. I had to tape it. It was really, like, that thing was like a zombie. It was not dead. It was like undead. That's how old and raggedy it got. We trolled the shyness out of you. You literally did. I got so used to yelling at chat for trolling that I just now yell all the time. It's just my default. All right. Well, that was good. That was good. Nothing stays in your corner like a pair of cheap headphones. I know. Thank you, Jimby. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna say bye to the YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Appreciate ya. And let's go do a raid.